And pleasant good afternoon and welcome to the BNOC ground. Lamers and the challengers. Two very evenly matched sides, so should have a keen encounter here for match number 2. We can tell you that the umpires are Mr. Siebert Strawn and Mr. Carrington. And the captains are making their way out onto the field as well for the toss. So as we await the results of the toss, you can see Captain Birch out there. You can stand by for further commentary of match number 2 in the AMAAS over 50s competition here at BNOC. Doing any comments at all? Huh? So welcome back to the Barbados National Oil Company ground. This is match number 2. Remember, the Limers team, they have won the toss and have elected to bat in game number 2 of the AMAAS Sporting Goods Over 50s competition here at the BNOC ground in Woodburn, St. Philip. The score in over number 2, at the start of over number 2, 8 without loss, as a short delivery outside the off stump delivered, slapped down into the third man region. They've gone for one. They'll come back quite easily for the second run as the fielder from short third man, looks like Ellis, running back doing good work, sends a good return to the keeper. Seal doubles his account with 2 more, and the score up to 10. 10 without loss. Seal, he goes up to 8, and with him is Ken Mears. He's got 1. Remember, the Limers team, they won the toss and without hesitation decided to take first knock, as a delivery which is bringing the batsman Seal forward gingerly, plays it back along the track. The bowler in his follow through collects over number 2 in game number 2 of the AMAAS Sporting Goods Over 50s competition in Barbados. Delivery down the leg side, turned into the onside. The keeper from behind the stumps does the tidying up. The batsmen have completed 1 leg by, signaled by umpire Carrington. Score up by 1 more to 11 without loss. We're in over number 2. It's being bowled by Everton Batson from the southern end of the ground. On his way once more, the evergreen Batson bowls a delivery which is bringing the batsman Mears this time forward. Plays it into the mid-wicket region, where the fielder in there rather quickly. (11) without loss. The keeper doing some cosmetic work to himself. Wicketkeeper Gibbons, as Batson, very gentle approach, both of delivery which is swung into the onside. 1 bounce, 2 bounces on a roll. So the second boundary of the innings, and the second over of the innings, 4 to Mears. He goes up to 5, and with it, the score up to 15 without loss. We're in over number 2. Remember, it's a 20 overs a side affair. Extremely good cricketing conditions. Blue skies, sunshine, bright sunshine. The pitch looks good. The outfield well manicured. Ideal setting for cricket here at the BNOC ground. As Batson into Mears this time. Mears forward. So at the end of over number 2, remember this is game number 2. The Limers winning the toss and electing to bat. They're 15 without loss. Start of over number 3 will be Rock to continue from the northern end of the ground. Operated with a slip. I feel that point. I feel the inner cover point. Man at extra cover mid-off, 3/4 of the way at the boundary. Man at long on. Bowls a delivery, which is bringing the batsman across his stumps and turns it into the onside. He'll wait for the signal from the umpire if there's any. Leg by signal, so not a lot of bat involved. One more to the score, takes it up to 16. 16 without loss. We're over number 3. Remember, the Limers 11 won the toss and without hesitation opted to bat in beautiful batting conditions. Keith Seal and Ken Mears. Mears into strike as Rock is bowling a debut, which is dismissed. Hit high, hard, and very far over the wide long on region. So the first maximum of the innings of over pitch delivery and given the treatment into Mears' slot. Mears goes up to 11 and with it the score up to 22 without loss. There was Rock over pitching. And Mears very, very keen to use that right hand. Tugged it into the onside and over the leg side boundary. So the first maximum of the innings. As we await the return of the ball, it's gone a very long way. Quickly, as we wait for the ball, I'll endeavor to run through both teams for you. I can tell you that Keith Seal and Ken Mears are opening the batting for the Limers team. It also includes Victor Patrick, Michael Agard, Gregory Gaskin, Dave Estwick, Edward Ince, Winston Giddens, Len Gill, Fabian Rowe, and Derwin Thompson. And the field inside, William Lashley, the captain, Jefferson Gibbons, Mark Seal, David Innes, Sherwin Ellis, Philip Kinch, Peter Clark, Trevor Yard, Carl Marshall, Everton Batson, and Ainsley Jordan. Both sides. First game in the tournament for both teams. So both of them will be looking to get off to a winning start. As Rock, ball back in hand now. On his way into bowl to Mears, and Mears is hitting across another delivery, gets it back on the square. More runs here. He's gone for one. He'll turn and come back for the second. Seal very quick between the wickets, very, very keen for the third. And there we see Seal overlapping Mears. They've completed 3 runs. The return is on its way. It's a weak one drawing the keeper away from the stumps, a long way from the stumps. But in the meantime, the batsmen have enough time to have completed 3 runs. 25 without loss. Mears up to 14. Seal, who's got 8, comes back in the strike. We're in over number 3. Looking around the field to see if there are going to be any adjustments in the field. Ellis again makes his way all the way down to the long on boundary. Man at mid-off, 3/4 of the way. Man in an extra cover, man at backward point, and a man at cover point. A delivery which is full in length, and there's the batsman Seal coming onto the front foot and getting an easy single to that man at that deepish mid-off position. One more to him. He goes up to 9 and they score up to 26 without loss. 2.4 deliveries have been bowled so far. Over number 3 is being bowled by Gilbert Rock. Before this, 1.4 overs so far, conceding some 18 runs, delivered some 3 dot balls. Dot balls are very priceless in this format of the game, as the umpire Strawn is not quite ready. So a man being asked to come to backward square. Now they've fortified the leg side field. A man at backward square, a man at mid wicket, a man on the forward square boundary and a long on, and a short fine leg. As Rock passes umpire Strawn and gets a short delivery, and this is slapped into the leg side boundary backward of square. So 4 more to Mears, who's hell-bent on dealing in boundaries. He goes up to 18 rather quickly, and the score up to 30. Mears thus far 18 off just 7 deliveries. So far he struck 2 4s and 1 massive 6. And a Rock, who started quite economically in his first over, is now coming in for a caning. With 1 legal delivery remaining in over his second over, he's already gone for 22 runs. Ball is back with Rock. Passes the umpire, jumps and delivers, and this is Mears again hitting this one down to long on. They've gone for one. Seal very, very quick between the wickets, looking for the second round. The return is on its way. It's gone all the way up to the strikers end. The batsmen have enough time to complete 2 runs at the end of over number 3. The Limers 11 winning the toss and electing to bat. They are 32 without loss. Seal is on 9, and with him Ken Mears, he's got 20. Batson is back at the start of over number 4 from the Sovereign Embos and the outside the all stump, where the batsman Seal is attempting a late dab. Ball taken cleanly by wicketkeeper Gibbons. No run resulting. So, quickly taken leg by as a delivery coming off the pads and going into the onside, and the batsmen have enough time, and they were really quite aware of the availability of that single. They took it quite easily in the end. 33 without loss. We're in over number 4. It's being bowled by Everton Batson, the evergreen Everton Batson. As we see the captain making some further adjustments to the field. The man at long on being sent all the way back, being asked to come around to his right. They've brought in the long off to mid off on the circle. They've asked the man at cover, extra cover, to come a bit wider. And Batson on his way into bowl to Mears, and Mears is getting the delivery, which is attempting to turn into the onside. And yet again, they've scampered a quick single. I use that word quick rather loosely. One more to the score. Takes it up to 34. 34 without loss. Another extra goes into the extras column. 5 extras thus far. 4 leg byes and 1 wide. Over number 4. 34 without loss. So it's been a really decent start here by the Limers. They won the toss, elected to bat. They'll be looking to put a decent score, defendable score on the board. Runs on the board are usually runs on the board, makes it very difficult for any team chasing. The delivery slapped down to short third man, where Ellis, who's been doing good work in the outfield thus far, sends his return all the way back up to the bowler's end. So 1 more to the score, 1 more to Seal. He goes up to 10 and then score up to 35 without loss, as Owen Birch walks right in front of the camera and then shakes as well. 35 without loss. 3.4 deliveries have been delivered thus far. As Mears comes back in his strike, he's on 20. And Batson, the evergreen Batson, passes the umpire Carrington, and Mears is swinging this one backward square. They should run into the boundary at backward square, and it does so just about now. So another boundary for Mears, dealing mostly in boundaries here. He goes up to 24 and he scores up to 39. A delivery angle down the leg side, and Mears whipping it into the leg side, back of the square, and another boundary for Mears. That's his. Third boundary. 3 4s and 1 6 thus far. $39 without loss. Over number 4. So more adjustments being made in the field. The man at short backward square has been asked to go all the way onto the boundary. As into bowl to Mears, and Mears is getting this one from outside the off stump into the leg side again. Off the inside portion, the bat narrowly missing the leg stump. The keeper from behind the stumps tidying up. As Mears, he goes up to 25 and he scored by 1 more to 40. 40 without loss at the end of over number 4. Mears is on 25, and with him, Seal, he's on 10. First game, who win the first game? Who win the first game? By how many, right? So definitely will be a change in the bowling attack. It looks like Victor Patrick. In fact, Carl Marshall, speaking on the correction, Carl Marshall will come into the attack. Bowls a full delivery. We'll wait for the signal from the umpire as the batsmen have scampered a run. No signal coming from the umpire, so a bit of bat involved at the start of over number 5. Takes the score up to 26. Takes Mears up to 26 and the score up to 41. A delivery which is bringing the batsman forward, and yet again they set off for a quick signal. Will get it quite easily in the end. Seal up to 11 and the score up to 42, but there was the keeper not taking that one. It would have been quite interesting if the keeper had taken that one, had gathered that one and get it onto the stumps, because it looks like Mears was struggling a bit. But in the end, all is well that ends well. Mears on 26 comes back in the strike. Marshall with ball in hand waits for Mills to settle. He does so just about now. Marshall passes the umpire. Ball in a gentle spin. This one is hit high into the air. The man coming in at the mid-wicket region. Probably lost sight of the ball, then coming to take the catch, and he did well in the end to prevent it from evading him and going into the boundary, restricting the scoring to 1 as well. So good work by the man down there at the deep mid-wicket boundary as Marshall on his way into ball to see this driving sweetly off the outer portion of the bat into the backward point region. They've gone for 1. They should come back easily for the second run. In fact, they've settled for 2. The return already on its way. So 2 more to the score should take it up to 45 without loss. Seal goes up to 13. And with him is Ken Mears. He's got 27. It's been good work by the Limers team thus far, winning the toss earlier today and electing to bat first in perfect batting conditions. And so far they've done extremely well as Mears on his way into bowl. Marshall on his way into bowl to Seal. Full delivery. Seal driving back along the track. The bowler in his follow through. Does the tidying up. The score will remain on 45. 45 without loss. Over number 5 about to be completed as a delivery which is tossed into the air, and there's the batsman Seal coming forward, and at the end of a fairly decent over by Carl Marshall. 45 without loss. The Limers 11 winning the toss and electing to bat after 5. 45 without loss. This is game number 2 in the AMAAS Sporting Services over 50s Masters Cricket Competition. Start of over number 6. And it looks like the captain, William Lashley, will come into the attack for the challengers side, operating from the southern end of the ground. So more spin. So he's on his way, passes umpire Carrington, flighted delivery down the track and back past the bowler. Some people will say that was a chance of a catch being taken, but it was fiercely struck by Mears. And Lashley tried to get a hand at it, didn't do so in the end. The ball went down to mid-off as Lashley on his way once more into both of Mears. Mears is driving uppishly straight to the man at mid-off. Does good work coming around slightly to his left. The batsman have enough time to complete one run. 46 without loss. I can tell you Ken Mears is on 29, and with him his captain Mark Seal, he's on 13. This Keith Seal, corrections, his brother Mark I think is not playing today. 13 to Seal. 46 without loss as Lashley flighted delivery driven straight to the man in at cover point, and the catch is taken. It looks like Kinch taking that catch. So the catch taken, and wicket number 1 goes that of the captain Seal driving early to the man in at cover point, and the catch taken by Philip Kinch. So the captain of the challenger side, Mr. Lashley, has struck in his first over. And they score 46 for 1 at the start of over number 6. And the new batsman making his way to the crease is Michael Agard. So the new batsman Agard facing up to the captain Lashley. Right arm over the wicket, delivers his punch into the offside, straight to the market. Who just took that catch there. Good catch by him as well. Moving around to his left and taking it with both hands. Made it look quite easy at this age. 46 for 1. Remember, this is the AMAAS Sporting Services over 50s Masters competition. Delivery driven off the outside portion. They've gone down to short third man, where Carl Marshall does the tidying up. The batsmen have enough time to complete one run, and it should take the score up to 47. Agard opens his account and brings back Mears, who's got 28 into strike. 28 thus far, decorated with some 3 4s and 1 6. He's faced some 15 deliveries as well. Delivery angling down the leg side. The keeper Gibbons after it quite speedily. Wait for the signal from the umpire if there's any coming wide. Called by the umpire. So 2 more sundries goes into the score ladies book. Takes the score up to 49. 49 for 1. 5.5 overs have been completed. It's the captain William Lashley with 1 legal delivery remaining in over number 6. Operating from the southern end of the ground. Passes umpire Carrington just about now. And there's the batsman beaten with a beauty of a delivery. The arm ball going straight into the gloves of wicketkeeper Gibbons. So at the end of over number 6, I can tell you, winning the toss and electing to bat the Limers 11. They are 49 for 1. Ken Mears is on 21. And with him, Michael Agard Sr., he's on 1. Start of over number 7. The 7th over of the innings. Remember the Limers, they won the toss earlier today and elected to bat without hesitation. Perfect batting conditions. Well manicured outfield. The pitch looks good. Marshall on his way into ball. This one is hit into the area. Field is coming off the mid-wicket boundary. The catch is finally taken. He took 3 grabs at it. It looks like Kinch again. So Kinch definitely in a catching mood. But there was the batsman down the tracker when he got there, tugging it into the onside. And there was the man, Kinch, a well-judged catch. So they've lost their 2nd wicket now. That of the man, Ken Mears, caught by Philip Kinch off the bowling of Carl Marshall. So once again, Carl Marshall in the thick of things and Philip Kinch. 49 for 2. The new batsman is the run machine, Gregory Gaskin. One of the more prolific batsmen in the 80s and 90s, even in the 2000s, he's still making runs. One of the more prolific batsmen any cricket in Barbados. As he faces up to Marshall, there's a delivery, bringing him forward gingerly, back along the onside. Marshall skips around to his right, does the tidying up. 49 for 2. So a bit of a halt in proceedings here by the spinners of the challenger's side. Brings it batsman forward, turns it into the onside, and that's the 50 being brought up, ladies and gentlemen, for the batting side. The 50 being brought up for the Limers 11. Came off some 40 deliveries, 27 minutes, 4 fours and 1 6. 50 for 2. 50 being appreciated by the crowd here. There's a delivery being driven into the offside. A flighted delivery, well bowled by Marshall, using all of his experience here. Flighted delivery. There was the batsman coming on to the front foot, driving it pleasantly into the offside. No run resulting. 50 for 2. Marshall on his way. Another flighted delivery. And this one is hit back down the track, back over the bowler's head. They've gotten one, and that's all they'll be, as Innings is onto it quite quickly. The return goes all the way up to the keeper's end. So 51. I make it 51 for 2. Agard, he's on 2. And Gaskin, who's back on the strike, he's got 1. Marshall to bowl what should be the 5th ball of the over. In fact, the final delivery in over number 7. The final delivery in over number 7. At the end of the 7th over, the Limers 11 winning the toss and electing to bat. They are 51 for 2. Agard, he's got 2. And with him is Gaskin, he's on 1. Should be the captain, Lashley, continuing on his way into bowler Gaskin. Gaskin is punching into the offside to Agard. Agard doesn't score. Mark Seeley. As Lashley bowls a delivery outside the off stump. I'll wait for the signal from the umpire. Wide call, and rightly so. Takes the score up by 1 more to 52. This is over number 8. Remember, this is the AMAAS Sporting Services over 50 Masters competition. Other sponsors are Hebe's Beauty and Spa, MJA Car Services, the Barbados National Oil Company, JD's Enterprises, the Last Stop Bar and Eatery, Premier World Cargo Incorporated, Keep in Touch Inc., Ricky's Driving School, As a delivery from Lashley, the batsman is driving pleasantly, uppishly over cover. They're going for one. They'll complete the second run quite easily as Kinch is after it. The batsman have enough time to complete 2 runs. Remember, I just said it is over 50s and they had enough time to complete 2 runs. So 2 more to the score. Takes it up to 54. Agard up to 4. Quickly endeavor to run through the bowling figures. So far, Gilbert Rock 2 overs, none for 24. Everton Batson 2 overs for 12. Carol Marshall 2 overs for 7 runs. There's a delivery hit down to the field. That long off who does magnificently well to misjudge it. It drops over his head and then it also goes for 4. But there was a batsman down the track hitting this one down to long off, and the fielder down there had enough time to misjudge it. And into the boundary it went. 58 for 4. So Agard given a chance. He goes up to 8. As Lashley, very, very unlucky. There's the batsman. Bold. So not making use of his chance there. Lashley another flight to the delivery, and there was the batsman Agard committing the cardinal sin of hitting across the line, and in the process loses his off stump. So Lashley picks up a wicket, and the Limers 11 after a very promising start. Remember, they were 45 without loss. Before you can say St. Patrick's bust, they're 58 for 3. Anything you want, slow down, any kind of batsman in Barbados. Just bring on anything that sound or look like speed. Huh? You know, you better smooth people, you better 45, they were 4 overs, I guess cheap ball here, on the study right side. The new batsman is Dave Estwick, replacing Agard, who was bowled swinging across the line. So Lashley picks up a wicket for his side, doing good stuff. The captain dragging his team back into this contest. Bowls the Richie batsman is turning down to the short fine leg region. They've gone for 1. They should, in fact, they decided rather early not to come back for the second run. So at the end of over number 8, winning the toss and electing to bat from a position of strength, the Limers 11, they are 59 for 3. Start of over number 9. Marshall will continue before this 2 overs for 7 runs. He's picked up a wicket. Asking the man at short third man. The captain Lashley looking to make some adjustments in the field. Asking the man who was 3/4 of the way on the cover boundary to come inside the circle, but Marshall not quite in agreement. So they're asking the man a backward square to come into the circle, and they've asked the man to remain where he was in the offside. Delivery which is hit down the ground straight. The fielder's coming around. Will the catch be taken? Just 1 bounce. In fact, the batsman have enough time to complete 2 runs. But a bit of a hesitation there from Innings coming around to his right. But he did good work in the end, restricting the batsman just to 2 runs. 61 for 3. Estwick with that double goes up to 3. And with him his partner, Gregory Gaskin. He's on 1. As Marshall bowls a delivery which the batsman is playing into the onside, and quickly you can see the intent of these 2 batters, keen to pick up the singles, and they've taken another easy single. So 1 more to the score. One more to Estwick. 61. $62 for 3. A delivery which is driven into the offside. Straight to the man Sealy. They don't score. And now, see, ball being passed from the keeper down to the bowler, back to Marshall, who's in a very, very good spell, I must say. Came on when the batsmen were well settled and going great guns, and he managed to stem the flow of runs, and he's been very, very economical thus far. There's a delivery batsman, Gaskin, plays into the offside and gets a very, very easy single because the fielders in the offside are really, really deep. All of them basically sitting on the edge of the circle. 63 for 3 as Marshall on his way into bowl delivery, which is bringing the batsman forward. Gaskin 3/4 of the way down the track looking for a signal. His partner long forward says not out, says no run, I should say, and the batsmen settle in their respective creases. 63 for 3 as the batsman attempting to pull out a short delivery. So at the end of over number 9, winning the toss and electing the bat, the Limers 11, 63 for 3. Estwick is on 4. Gaskin, he's on 2. And remember, this is game number 2. If the AMAAS Sporting Services over 50s Masters competition, remember earlier today in game number 1, the Travelers side, they would have won their first encounter up against the Legends. They would have won by some 31 runs. So game number 2 sees the Limers up against the Challengers. The Limers 11 won the toss, and they opted to bat first, and they're 63 for 3 as we head into the 10th over of this 2020 encounter. The halfway stage we head up to, and it looks like it will be a bowling change. Captain Lashley will come out of the attack. 2 overs for 12 runs, and he's picked up 2 wickets, and he immediately pulls himself out of the attack, and he goes to Kinch. It looks like they've gone to Kinch. So Kinch will come into the attack to replace his captain, formerly a fast bowler for the YMPC side, and he played his trade for Inch Marlowe, but he seems to see what he will be operating as today. The keeper is back, so it looks like he'll be bowling some medium pace. Short third man, feel that point, feel that extra cover. Feel it at long on, long off, man at mid wicket, a man at backward square as Kinch tosses the ball from hand to hand. On his way, passes the umpire and bowls a well pitched up delivery. Driven down the ground, down to long on. The man looks like Ellis. Comes off the long on boundary, does the tidying up. The return already on its way. The batsmen have settled for 1. So Gaskin goes up to 3, brings back Estwick, who's got 4 in the strike. The score up 64 for 3. The 10th over of the innings, the halfway stage. As Kinch on his way, passes the umpire just about now, bowls a delivery, which is slapped down the ground. The man from long off, the captain Lashley, comes a long way around to his right, does he tidying up. The return already on its way. The batsman completed 1 more run. 65 for 3. Kinch. Philip Kinch on his way into bowl to Gaskin. Gaskin is steering this one down to the man at short third man, where Carol Marshall is in attendance. The return already on its way again. So dealing strictly in singles thus far this over. 66 for 3. See the manager of the Limers team, Mr. Jeremy Ali, making his rounds around the ground. Another delivery steer down to short third man. 1 more single. 1 more 2. Estwick brings back Gaskin, who's got 4 on the strike. Estwick, he goes up to 6 with that single, and he score up to 67. 67 for 3. We're in over number 10. As Cage balls a delivery. Gaskin is sweeping pleasantly. Good bit of work by the man there. Diving away to his right. It looks like Innings doing some good work diving away to his right in the number 11 jersey, restricting the batsman to 1. So it's good stuff all around. 68 for 3. Brilliant work in the outfield. So 1 legal delivery remains in the 10th over of the innings as Cage on his way into bowl. The batsman get down the track, and when he gets there, drives it pleasantly down to long on where Ellis does good work. The return already on his way. Ellis had a shy at the strips of the non-strikers end, but at the end of the 10th over, winning the toss and electing to bat the Limers 11 at the halfway stage at the break. Remember, this is game number 2 in the AMAAS Sporting Services over 50s Masters competition. 69 for 3. The Limers 11 winning toss, electing to bat. A wide is called at the start of over number 11. First delivery of over number 11 is being bowled by Batson, who's back into the attack. Switching ends as well. Remember, he started at his southern end. He's being switched by his captain to the northern end, and he's on his way into bowl a delivery, which is bringing the batsman forward. Bottom pad close together. The return on its way. See the intentions of the batsman firstly in trying to get these quick singles, and the captain Lashley, you can see his intentions as well, trying to make them hustle and run in all the way as the score goes up to 70 for 3 with that single. Gaskin up to 5. There's a delivery played pleasantly into the onside. Backward of square. They've gone for another quick single. So good, sensible rotation of the strike by the two batsmen at the crease. The run machine, Gregory Gaskin and Dave Estwick. Former fast bowler with a questionable action. No turn batsman. 71 for 3. Delivery, which is bringing the batsman forward. Well bowled by Batson. The evergreen Batson. Played his trade for Benfica, Springfield, BRC. I think he had 2 games at Dover. 71 for 3. Batson on his way. Bowls a short delivery. They've gone for 1. Will they come back for the second run? In fact, they will, because of the misfield by the man coming off the mid-wicket boundary. It looks like Kinch. So the bad bit of work there by Kinch, allowing the batsman to complete 2. So Batson again passes the umpire. Bowls a delivery which the batsman is turning backward of square straight to the field and not backward square. They've gone for 1. Takes it up to 74. 74 for 3. Estwick now into double figures. He goes up to 11. Gaskin. He's on 6 and he's been kept very, very quiet. Usually a very attacking player. But the bowlers for the challengers team, they've done very, very well in the second portion of this game thus far, as Batson on his way into bowler delivery outside the off stump. Gaskin cuts and cuts well. He's gone for 1. The captain Lashley from short third man is after it. And the return already on its way, well taken by the keeper in the end, Gibbons. So at the end of the 11th over, winning the toss and electing to bat in game number 2 of the AMAAS Sporting Services over 50s Masters competition. The Limers 11, 75 for 3. Start of over number 12 is being bowled by Kinch. On his way into bowler Gaskin, driven down to long on. They've gone for 1 and that's all they will be, as the return is already on its way. Good bit of work by the man down there, Ellis. Doing good work in the outfield so far for his side. 1 more to the score, takes it up to 76. 76 for 3. The 12th over of the innings, remember, it's the 20 overs a side affair encounter here in game number 2 of the AMAAS Sporting Services Masters over 50s competition, as Kinch on his way into bowler delivery is played into the offside down to short third man, where Carl Marshall does the backtracking. Ball in hand, the return already on its way. 77 for 3. Gaskin goes up to 8. Comes back in the strike, and Estwick is on 12 as delivery by Kinch, well flighted back to Kinch and straight to Kinch. So Kinch, although he's stuck some brilliant catches, he's very good in the air, but the ball's along the ground. He hasn't really done a lot with him. 77 for 3 with that single. But 78 for 3. Down the tracker when he gets there, hits a delivery back to the bowler Kinch, who doesn't feel or take cleanly. One more to the score. Should take it up to 79. 79 for 3. One legal delivery remaining in the 12th over of the innings. It's being bowled by Philip Kinch. As he passes the umpire, no balls to Gregory Gaskin. Gaskin playing this one into the onside and again takes an easy single, dealing strictly in singles this pair thus far. So at the end of over number 12, winning the toss and electing to bat the Limers 11. They are 80 for 3. So Batson to start what should be his final over, the start of over number 13. Bowser David is hit down to the man Ellis at long on. Creates a good bounce for himself. The return already on its way, restricting the batsman to 1. But there was the batsman attempting to open his shoulders. Hits the delivery down to long on. And Ellis in the way, 81 for 3. Estwick on 13, comes back in the strike. Gaskin with that single goes up to 11. Batson bowling a beauty of a delivery. Pitch it on our body all stump and straight it in. Straight into the gloves of wicketkeeper Gibbons. Play this trade for Maple and North Stars. Wicketkeeper Gibbons. Good enough to be invited to national trials. 81 for 3. As a delivery hit down the ground. Down to the man coming off the long off boundary in Innis. So good bit of stuff by Batson here. Good comeback by him. 3.3 overs, conceding just 20 runs, yet to pick up a wicket. Delivered some 9 dot balls thus far. Dot balls in this cricket so far priceless. As Batson once more passes the umpire. Into bowl to Gaskin. Gaskin cutting down to short third man where Captain Lashley in the number 50 jersey does the tidying up. One more to the score. Over number 13. Remember, the Limers won the toss. I can tell you they would have lost. Keith Seal caught by Philip Kinch off the bowling of Lashley for 13. Ken Mears caught by Philip Kinch off the bowling of Karen Marshall for 28. And Michael Agard Bull swinging wildly across the line to William Lashley for 8. As delivery, another dot ball delivered there by Batson. 10 dot balls thus far in his quarter allocation of 4 overs. So it's been good stuff by the Evergreen man. 83 for 3. This one is hit high into the air. The keeper comes around, gets under it, and takes the catch, and then dives away magnificently, taken by Gibbons. So there was the batsman Estwick looking to free himself and hitting this one high into the air, and a decent catch in the end taken by wicketkeeper Gibbons. So they've lost their 4th wicket. Now the Limers winning the toss, electing to bat at the end of over number 13, 83 for 4. As we head into over number 14, I can tell you that Batson has completed his allocation of overs, 4 overs, no maidens, 1 for 21. So you can put your hands together for that spell by Batson. 4 overs, no maidens, 1 for 21. Completing his allocation of overs. And it was a good comeback from him as well, because after his first 2 overs, he had gone for some 18 runs. So the bowling change at the southern end again. It looks like Jordan. They say the mystery spinner comes into the attack. He's on his way. Bowls a flighty delivery. Gaskin hits this one into the square leg boundary. They said it's a mystery spinner. I'll have a look at him. I've never seen him before. He said it's a mystery spinner. But he starts with a full delivery, and there was Gaskin swinging it into the backward square region and into the boundary. So he goes up to 16, Gregory Gaskin. And the score up to 87. 87 for 4, the start of over number 14. The new batsman as well is Ince. Edward Ince as the mystery spinner in Ainsley Jordan. Tosses the ball from hand to hand. Gaskin, don't the tracker when he gets there. Gaskin left home with no bus fare. And there was the man, Jordan, tossing it high. It seems to be a crowd favorite here. There was the man down the track, and when he got there, he was defeated by a leg spinning ball, spinning away, and Gaskin leaving home with no bus fare, left stranded. Down the track, stumped by wicketkeeper Gibbons. Stumped by wicketkeeper Gibbons off the bowling of Jordan. So Jordan strikes after being struck for a boundary off his first ball. The new batsman is Derwin Thompson. Played most of his career for police. Had a stint at St. Catherine. Had a stint at Corjampari. Delivery steered into the point region. So he opens his account as Seeley does the tidying up. Former Barbados player. So Thompson, he opens his account as the score goes up to 88 for 5. We're in over number 14. It's being bowled by Ainsley Jordan. On his way. Bowls a flighty delivery. There's the batsman going onto the back foot and pulling it into the mid-wicket or forward square region where it looks like Rock coming off the boundary does the tidying up. And one more. In fact, 1 to Ince. He opens his account and brings back Thompson, his partner, on strike. Both of them on 1. 89 for 5 as Jordan tosses the ball, gives it a lot of flight. There's Thompson down the tracker when he gets there, checks his drive and pushes it into the offside, straight to the man in there, extra cover, and there is no run. So it's been some good stuff by the man here, Jordan, not a bit afraid to give the ball a bit of flight. High into the air again. Thompson, when he gets there, turns it into the onside. So at the end of a very, very good over bowl by the leg spinner there. Love to see a leg spin in cricket. Ainsley Jordan. So at the end of over number 14, winning the toss and electing to bat the Limers 11 with Derwin Thompson on 2 and Edward Ince on 1, 90 for 5. Start of over number 15 as Kinch has been switched from the southern end of the ground to the northern end to start what should be his third over before his figures of 2, none for 11. On his way into bowl to the batsman Thompson. Thompson bottom pad close together. Just want to remind him it's 20 overs and not 20 days. 90 for 5. As Kinch on his way into bowl to Thompson. Thompson down the track, and when he gets this here, Swan straight to the man in that short mid-wicket, a straightish mid-wicket there. It looks like the man Jordan, the mystery spinner. As Kinch. Some reasonably tight stuff being delivered here by Kinch. On his way, passes umpire Strong. Balls are delivered. The batsman having a sweep outside the yard stump. Doesn't make contact. Ball taken cleanly by wicketkeeper Gibbons. No run resulting. So the screws are on here. 90 for 5. And over number 15. As Kinch on his way once more into bowl to Thompson. Thompson is forward. Bat and pad very, very close together. The kind of shot you would invite the schoolboys to see. Defensive stroke, well put together, bottom pad close together. Down the track, and this time it missed stump by wicketkeeper Gibbons. It might be a bit harsh, but there was the batsman down the track, not making a lot of contact with the ball or any contact at all, and the keeper not taken cleanly. So there's been a good over thus far, delivered by Kinch. 2.5 overs thus far, just conceding 11 runs, yet to pick up a wicket, but it's been very, very economical. Thompson trying to regain his composure, slows the cricket down, refixes his gloves, then waits on the bowler. Kinch, former first division cricketer for YMPC, on his way into bowl to Derwin Thompson, former police Division 1 cricketer. Ball off the outside portion of the bat, down to short third man. So one more. So at the end of a very, very good over delivered there by Philip Kinch. Winning the toss and electing to bat the Limers with Derwin Thompson on 2 and Edward Ince on 1. They are 90 for 5.
I don't want to be like the rest. In the eyes of all the people, I want to do my best. I know what they do when they rise. Me hands like that. I can bring anything to life. Me hands like that. I am in a high position, but
Jordan will continue. There's a short delivery and hit into the onside. Forward of square into the mid-wicket region. The batsmen have enough time to complete 2. A short delivery, and there was Thompson going onto the back foot and pulling it into the onside. Takes the score up to 92. 92 for 5. We're in over number 16. It's being bowled by Ainsley Jordan from the southern end of the ground. A flighty delivery. Thompson down the track, and when he gets there, can't score. Plays it back along the onside where the bowler and the man in a wideish mid-wicket does the tidying up. No run resulting. Jordan on his way once more into bowl to Thompson. Thompson hitting this one. In fact, attempting to hit this one into the onside ball. Taken by the keeper. Short delivery. There was the batsman essaying a big pull and didn't make contact. So there's been some good tight stuff here delivered by Jordan. Good comeback by all of the challengers bowlers thus far. As the flighted delivery, Thompson steers it down to the man at point. Yet again, can't score. 92 for 5. Some good stuff delivered here by Ainsley Jordan. He's on his way once more. Tosses the ball from hand to hand. Passes umpire Carrington just about no balls. Another flighted delivery. Thompson is driving down the ground as you see members of the constabulary passing. They probably come to take Thompson away from the batting. 92, I make it. In fact, 93. One more to the score. 93 for 5, and one more legal delivery remains in the 16th over of the innings. Inks comes back in the strike. He's on 1. As Jordan flighted delivery to Inks. Inks is back and slams it into the forward square region. The man comes off the forward square boundary. The return already on its way. So at the end, they make it of another good over. You can put your hands together. Another good over by Jordan. 94 for 5 after 16 overs. The Limers 11 winning the toss and electing to bat. At the start of over number 17, we want to give a special mention and thank you to our sponsors. Hebe's Beauty and Spa, MJA Car Services, Barbados National Oil Company, JD's Enterprises, The Last Stop Bar and Eatery, as we stop for the first delivery of over number 17, which is driven down the ground, but the bowling is followed through. Does the tidying up? Premier World Cargo Inc., Keep in Touch Inc., Ricky's Driving School, and obviously AMAAS Sporting Services. Remember, this is AMAAS Sporting Services over 50 Masters competition. Game number 2 at the BNOC ground. There's the batsman down the track driving. When he gets there, 1 run is all they'll be. Fielded by Rock, coming around quite swiftly to his right. 95, I make it 95 for 5. 16.2 overs have been completed. Listen to old lady the other day. She said she doesn't like to hear 16.2. She prefers to hear 16 overs and 2 balls. As a delivery driven into the onside by Thompson, sets off for a quick single. He'll have to hurry, which he does in the end. Not fielded cleanly by the man Jordan. 96, I make it now 96 for 5. 96 for 5. Thompson is on 6. Ince, who's on strike? No, is on 3. Drives pleasantly down to long on. Ellis comes off the long on boundary. I think Ellis is putting in some good mileage. I think he's doing long on to long on. 97 for 5. Probably one of the better fielders, so he's fielding in the high traffic areas. 97 for 5. Derwin Thompson yet to really get going. 6 off some 15 deliveries. Batting in the power port. A delivery driven down the ground. Straight to the man down there. Looks like Innis does good work again. 1 more to the score. So really applying the brakes here. This Challenger's attack. 98 for 5. As Kinch on his way. Bowler delivery outside the yard. Stop, cut straight to the man. And then he grasps an easy chance there. Looks like Seeley should have done a lot better there. Mark Seeley, renowned for his feeling back in his head there. Easy catch, but they've been told that they're best friends. So he dropped his best friend there. 98 for 5 at the end of over number 17. Mr. DJ. Over number 18. It's going to be bowled by Jordan before there's 2 overs for 11 runs. Thompson down the track when he gets there. Hits this one high and hard. The man at long on is coming around with Ellis. And it evades Ellis this time and goes into the long on boundary. So ladies and gentlemen, that's the 100 being brought up as well. The 100 coming up off 106 deliveries. 70 minutes of batting. 7 fours and 1 6. 102 for 5 in over the start of over number 18. Thompson with that boundary goes up to 11. his first boundary of the innings as Jordan tosses the ball from hand to hand. Bowser Davis is hit high into the air. The captain Lashley's coming around. And in fact, it's gone all the way to the boundary. 4 more runs to Thompson. Hitting this one high and hard to the left of the man coming around at long off and into the wideish long off region. So dealing in boundaries now, Thompson looking to get into second gear as the score goes up to 106 for 5. Thompson goes quickly now up to 15 from 18 deliveries. Short delivery and slapped into the onside. Man from off the forward square boundary comes around quickly to his left. Does he work? The return on its way. The batsman restricted to 1. 107 for 5. Thompson goes up to 16. Ince on 4, who was just recently given a life, comes back in the strike as Jordan flighted delivery outside the yard stump, wide, called and rightly so, taken in the end by wicketkeeper Gibbons, almost close to the next pitch as 107 for 5. Flighted delivery short, and batsman swings backward of square this time. The man from forward square has a lot of work to do coming to his right. It looks like Rocky does well. The return already on his way. The batsman have enough time to complete 2 runs. 109, I make it, as Ince goes up to 6. With him is Derwin Thompson. He's on 16. And Ainsley Jordan, the bowling operation, bowling some flighted leg spin. Captain Lashley making some adjustments in the field, asking the man at a wideish mid-wicket to come around to his right. It looks like, in fact, he's asking the man at the forward square boundary to go around to his left into the corner region, asks the man at backward square to come a bit finer. And now he's posted a man on the backward square leg boundary. So you've got a backward square leg, a man in that corner, a man at long on, a man at long off. The boundary riders, a man at short third man, a man at point in Mark Seal, and a man in their extra cover, short extra cover. Delivery short has swung. Backward of square, Innes is after it, and he does good work. Pulls it back just inside the boundary. 2 more to the score. 1-1-1 on Nelson, 111 for 5. 1 legal delivery remains in over number 18. So he's on his way. Jordan. Top Ince down the track and leaves home. Another man leaving home with no atmosphere. Down the track and left stranded. The Bills whipped off by wicketkeeper Gibbons. So they've lost their 3rd wicket. So Jordan strikes again. Ince goes stumped by wicketkeeper Gibbons. Yet again, a flighted delivery enticing the batsman to come down the track. Didn't make contact. And Jordan, at the end of over number 18, strikes again to pick up what should be his 2nd wicket. So 111 now, 111 for 6 at the end of 18 overs. Mr. DJ. Carl Marshall comes back into the attack. Bowser Davy, which is bringing Thompson forward. Using all of his guile, Carl Marshall, before this 2 overs for 11 runs. He picked up a wicket as well. Sorry, 3 overs for 11 runs. He's on his way. Thompson is cutting past the man at point to his left, gone for one. This should run fairly close to the boundary. Good bit of work by the man backtracking there. Looks like rock again. 113 as the batsmen have completed 2. Thompson goes up to 18. And his partner, Rowe, at the non-striker's end. Thompson down the tracker when he gets there, hits this one. The fielder comes around and takes it. Kinch has been catching well all game. And there was Kinch coming around. He hasn't really done a lot of good work with the ball on the ground, but has been in the air. Kinch takes another catch, his third of the innings. And there is Thompson trying to go hard and high and far. Didn't get maximum contact, and another good catch, a decent catch taken by Kinch, coming around at long off to his left. So Carl Marshall picks up his second wicket, and the Limers 11 now lose their 7th wicket, 113 for 7. A 113 for 7. The new batsman is Victor Patrick. Slapping the delivery into the offside. 113 for 7. 18.4 overs have been completed. 19th over of the innings in progress as Carl Marshall bowls delivery, which is hit back to him. Yet again, he doesn't score. 2 deliveries without scoring. Dot balls extremely priceless at this stage. Delivery, wrapping the batsman on the pads. Stifle appeal coming for 1 or 2 of the fielders. The umpire will signal leg by, and also the end of over number 19. 114 for 7. Rowe, he's yet to open his account. Patrick is yet to open his account. 114 for 7. The Limers 11 winning the toss and electing to bat in game number 2 of the AMAAS Sporting Services over 50 Masters competition here at Woodburn in St. Philip. Final over of the innings, it will be the captain Lashley to bowl the final over. Delivery outside the off stump. The batsman Patrick having a cut, doesn't make contact. The ball not taken cleanly by the keeper, but the batsman has not scored, and that's the most important thing at this stage of the innings. 114 for 7. Lashley through and around. Batsman down the tracker when he gets there, has a big swing. Bowled, all ends up through the gate. No security in place. 114 for 8. So Lashley picks up a wicket as well. His second of the innings. And the Limers 11 now. 114 for 8. The new batsman looks like Leon Lengill. Plays his trade for the Pickwick side. a stalwart of that club. He's been there for some 30 years, 30 odd years. So the Limers team winning the toss earlier today. They elected to bat Keith Seal. He was caught Kinch off the bowling of Lashley for 13. Ken Mears, he was caught Kinch off the bowling of Carol Marshall for 28. Michael Agard was bowled William Lashley for 8. Gregory Gaskin, he was stumped by wicketkeeper Gibbons off the bowling of Jordan for 16. Dave Estwick, he was caught by the wicketkeeper Gibbons off the bowling of Batson for 14. Edward Ince, he was stumped by Gibbons off the bowling of Jordan for 8. Derwin Thompson was caught by Kinch at the long off boundary of the bowling of Carol Marshall for 18. Fabian Rowe, he's not out on 0. Victor Patrick, he was bowled just now by William Lashley without scoring. And the new man at the crease, Len Gill. So far in the innings, there have been 9 extras made up of 5 leg bites and 4 wides. 114 for 8. The new batsman is Gill. Lashley with ball in hand. Passes umpire Carrington and delivers. There's the delivery down the leg side and wide called by the umpire. 115. I make it now for 8. 19.2 overs have been completed. As Lashley on his way into bowl to Gill, and Gill is hitting this one straight. A good cricket shot. 1 bounce. 2 bounces on a roll into the boundary. 119. A lovely shot hitting straight. So Gill, he opens his account with a boundary. A much needed and valuable boundary at this stage of the game too as well. 119 for 8 with 3 legal deliveries remaining. As Lashley into Gill, short, slap. A magnificent shot over the offside and it's gone. In fact, I'll wait for this. I'll wait for the signal from. I'll wait for the signal from the umpire. It's 4 signal by the umpire. So 123. I make it now. A lovely shot there. Was the batsman coming forward and then rocking back. And hitting this one high and hard over the infield. And 1 bounce on a roll into the boundary at a wideish cover region. So 123 as I see Vincent Hayes making his way past with his football boots. 123 for 8. Lashley around the wicket and this one is hit high. 1 bounce again into the boundary. So Lengill dealing in boundaries. 127. I make it now for 8. Gill quickly up to 12 with 3 boundaries. Faced just 3 deliveries in his 12. Struck all of them at a strike rate of 400. Gill operating that here. Lashley into Gill and Gill is beaten with delivery outside the off stop. So at the end of the over, the end of over number 20, I can tell you that Len Gill will finish on 12 not out off some 4 deliveries. And his partner Rowe at the other end will finish on 0. 127. I can tell you that there were some 10 extras in total. 5 leg bites. 5 leg bites and 5 wides. 127 for 8 off their allocation of 20 overs. The Limers, remember earlier today, they won the toss and elected to bat. Quickly, I'll endeavor to run through the bowling figures for you. Gilbert Rock, 2 overs. No maidens, none for 24. Everton Batson, 4 overs. No maidens, 1 for 21. Carol Marshall, 4 overs. No maidens, 2 for 13. William Lashley, 3 overs. No maidens, 3 for 25. Coming in for Keenan in his final over. Philip Kinch, 4 overs. 1 maiden, none for 15. Ainsley Jordan, 3 overs. No maidens, 2 for 24. And the top scorer in the innings coming from Ken Mears with 28. Ably assisted with Keith Seal by 13. Gregory Gaskin 16. Dave Estwick 14. And Derwin Thompson 18. Len Gill at the end a cameo 12 or some 4 deliveries. 127 for 8. So in their response, the challengers, if they are to win game number 2 in this AMAAS Masters over 50s competition, they will need to get up to 128. They have all of 20 overs in which to do so. Quickly, I'll mention the sponsors again. Spa, MJA Car Services, the Barbados National Oil Company, JD's Enterprises, the Last Stop Bar and Eatery, Premier World Cargo, and Keep in Touch Inc., and Ricky's Driving School. We're glad they're on board to make this tournament a success. So we'll break at the resumption. During the interval, we'll have a running interview with one of these tournament sponsors. At some stage during the innings break, we'll have an interview with one of the tournament sponsors. So as I leave you here now, the capable hands of the DJ, 127 for 8, the Limers 11, winning the toss and electing to bat.
Straight moves with the same moves. You can have milk, but we stay cool. Mix the whiskey with the grapefruit, then punch the punching with the same movement. Head to one set and match up two fence. Them a say me talk something confused them, and them can't deal with it. Come with a glass, go with the jump and balance with move so in with it. Drinking with glass, not carry on no glass. Someone so evilist, snake in a glass. Bad mind you want your glass. I feel complete with it. I don't just talk. We open drinks to me heart. To the head, hit the liver. We drink plenty liquor. We don't play with it. We drink, we don't play with it. Send shots to the head, hit the liver. We drink plenty liquor. We don't play with it. We drink, we don't play with it. Yo, dirty, bad mind, dirty, dirty, bad mind, dirty, dirty, bad mind. Them just a lava, lava, and one day for me. I don't give up, don't give up. Them just a run off the mouth and sit down for me business. I don't give up, don't give up. Take your dirty mind off of me. Take your dirty mind off of me. The more them talk, the more them chat, the more Jah bless me. Take your dirty mind off. Get dirty mind off of me. Cause the more them talk, the more them chat, Jah bless me. Bad mind can't stress me. Them don't impress me. Them a run off them mouth and talk like the informer of the century. Pure hate and envy, and pretend to be friendly. Them will smile in your face and stab you in the back, so dangerous and deadly. Them bad mind and stupid, I don't know why they do it. Got them nose up in my business, on my name like freaking snitches. Them tasty and nosy and always telling stories, but them don't really know me, so just love me. Them just a lava, lava, and ballet for me. I don't give up, don't give up. Them just a run off the mouth and sit down for me business. I don't give up, don't give up. Take your dirty mind off of me. Get dirty mind off of me. The more them talk, the more them chat, the more Jah bless me. Take your dirty mind off of me. Take your dirty mind off of me. Cause the more them talk and the more them chat, Jah bless me. Another banger, baby, calm down, calm down. Yo, this your body, you put in my heart for lockdown, oh lockdown. Yo, you sweet life, phantom, phantom. If I tell you say I love you, you know they for me young girl, oh young girl. No tell me no, 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 oh, 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 oh. Baby, come give me your lo, 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 oh, 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 oh. You got me like whoa, 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 whoa. Shawty, come give me your lo, 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 oh, 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 oh. I see this fine girl from my party, she wear yellow. Every other girl they do too much, but this girl mellow. Now in my fine situation, I go use the tell I'm mellow. Finally, I find way to talk to the girl, but she ain't no one follow. When you gonna phone for one? When you know I go for one? Then I start to feel like I'm one. But she dey give me small, small one. I know, so she start to pass it down one. But she feeling insecure, cause her friends, when they come and like drink, go on. When they come and like drink, go on. Baby, calm down, calm down. Yo, this your body, you put in my heart for lockdown, oh lockdown. Yo, you sweet life, phantom, phantom. If I tell you, say I love you, Sabi can no get to like talk. Animals they in human form. Body man nobody like talk. But you must hustle if you want job. If no finish them on fight us. If them they run them no fit catch up. I know they form say I too righteous. No con they form say you too like us. You no get the time for the hate and the bad energy. Got my mind on my money. Make you dance like broccoli. Steady green like broccoli. Steady on my grind, oh yeah. Telling me good enough, my fantasy. You want to check if my dad be no wrong. But he did rush for the well, he be much. Now gonna make my dad be the rush. He come on, you be touch. Yeah, he did rush for the well, he be much. He be hype, everybody be crush. There's no door, he be touch.
Ready? So I have with me Miss Sandra Thompson, the marketing assistant of the In Touch Beauty Supplies, and she's here as one of the main sponsors of the AMAAS Sport and Services competition. Pleasant good afternoon, welcome to you.
Good afternoon to everybody. We just want to take this opportunity to say thank you for having Keep in Touch as a part of this sporting event. It's a very well organized event, and we're just having a wonderful time here today. If I could just tell you a little bit about what we have on offer today. We have on display our AMAAS and STP automotive solutions, and today they are all on sale. You can check us out at the booth. But also we have a promotion that requires no purchase necessary. And these promotions are going to be for the duration of the AMAAS sporting events. So you can check us out this week. There's tomorrow, we'll be here as well. We will be there the following week and the following week. And then we have this promotion that is going to be drawn at the semifinals and finals for everyone who is visiting us. Just come on over to the booth. No purchase necessary. Just guess the value of our raffle hamper, and you can win that prize.
You're saying to me, Ms. Thompson, that all you need to do, any spectator at any of the AMAAS games that you're present, they don't have to pay any money to just come over and make a guess?
That's absolutely correct. Just come on over to the booth, make a guess, and you can take home one of 2 hampers. Compliments, Keep in Touch, AMAAS, and STP.
There you have it, spectators. Just make your way over to the booth. And thank you, Mrs. Thompson. Thank you very much. And I hope that I may be coming over to that booth as well.
Thank you. Looking forward to seeing all of you. Just come on over to the booth. Again, no purchase necessary. Guess the prize, and that is it. It might be very well yours.
I don't think it is that low. So the start or the resumption of the challengers' innings. Remember, they have been set a target of 128 to win. The batsmen Mark Seeley, the former Barbados opening batsman, a stalwart of the Wanderers club. He'll be taking first strike for the challengers side. They need to get up to 128. They have all of 20 overs in which to do so, Philip. Your thoughts?
Yeah, well, it should be a pretty interesting game. I think the bowlers did well to pull things back after a fairly brisk start. And it means now that while there is always that degree of scoreboard pressure, it has kept the target within, I would say, a manageable proportion. So I expect a pretty good finisher.
Well, I was having a conversation with Emerson Jordan, and he firmly believes that Mark Seeley will be the key in this batting chase. And there's a delivery with Seeley is driving down the ground. And in the conversation with Emerson Jordan, he said he saw Seeley bat in one of the practice games, and he was very good at driving the balls down the ground and running. And as he said that, Seeley opens his account with a drive down the ground, picks up an easy single. It is Patrick on his way into bowl to the batsman. Innes, he opens his account as well with an easy single in the end. 2 without loss. As Victor Patrick bowls a delivery which is being driven off the outside portion of the back past the man to the left at backward point. They've gone for 1, and that's all they'll be. It looks like Len Gill in attendance there at the point region, the backward point region. So 1 more to Mark Seeley. He goes up to 2, and they score 3 without loss. Remember, they need to get up to 128 if they are to win game number 2 in this, the AMAAS over 50s Masters competition. Game number 2 earlier today, the Travelers they would have gotten over the Legends by some 31 runs in match number 1. A delivery played into the offside sweetly. Well weighted just enough to allow the batsman to complete one. So at the end of over number 1, in pursuit of a victory target of 128, the challengers, they are 4 without loss. And just been told my producer that there's a special young lady here. She used to score a lot for the police sports club. Been told that today is her birthday. I can't remember if you know her name, Philip. This young lady here, can't remember the name off the top of my head. Sean used to score a lot for police. So happy birthday to you. As we head into over number 2, I can see the best part of cricket commentary at its best, making his way to the commentators area. Don't know if you'll care to join me. Delivery, which is slapped straight down the ground, back past the bowler, and into the boundary for 4. There was the bowler, flighted delivery, and there was the batsman. Innings slapping it back past the bowler and into the long off boundary. So the first boundary of the innings as the score goes up to 8. 8 without loss. Remember, the target is 128 for victory. The bowler looks like Estwick, Dave Estwick. In fact, Gittins, I've been told. Winston Gittins on his way into bowl to the batsman in his forward. Plays it into the onside. Looks like the captain, Keith Seal, in a mid-wicket position there doing the tidying up. So Gittins, very, very economical. All of his career balls are delivered outside the yard stump. Ball not. Batsman attempting a cut, didn't make contact. The ball taken cleanly by wicketkeeper Gaskin. No run resulting. 8 without loss. We're in over number 2 as Gittins plays his trade for Matt Hill. Bowser Davis is beating the batsman outside the yard stump. Ball not taken by Gaskin, who wouldn't want him to go down Broad Street at night. Eight without loss. We're in over number 2. Gittins on his way into bowl to the batsman who's driving pleasantly down to long on. The man from off the long on boundary looks like Patrick. In fact, Gill coming around. 1 more to the score. 9 without loss. We're in over number 2. It's being bowled by Winston Gittins. Operating from the southern end of the ground. Operating with a man at a shortish third man at backward point, man at point, man in a extra cover, and a man beating outside the yard stump, a flight to delivery. There's the wicket keeper with a stifle appealing Gaskin. So at the end of over number 2, in pursuit of a target of 128, the challengers, they are 9 without loss. Innes has got 7, and Seeley's on 2. Nine without loss as Patrick will start over number 3. A delivery which is played into the offside where the captain in Keith Seal in at the straightest extra cover. Does the tidying up. No run resulted. Patrick's outside the off stump, steered down to the third man region, going for 1. Will they come back for the second? There's Innes turning blind. But Seal Lee says no quite early to the second run. Score up to 10. Victor Patrick operating from the northern end, passes the umpire now, and to this delivery, whipping into the onside pleasantly by Seal. Lee. Mark Seeley, the former Barbados opening batsman. Former Wanderers player. Patrick on his way. Good enough to have played first class cricket in South Africa. Bowls a delivery which the batsman is easing into the offside. Takes an easy single, score up by one more to 11. 11 without loss. We're in over number 3. They've got all of 20 overs in which to get up to 128. Victor Patrick passes the umpire. Bowls a flighty delivery. There's the batsman long forward. Batting pad very close together. No run resulting. The required run rate 6.82. The current run rate 3.88. The delivery, the batsman swinging across the line. And there's the dreaded finger of umpire Strawn swinging across the line. And palpably LBW from the time you missed the cardinal saying committed. And there's the first wicket going down. That of in a sweeping at a delivery delivered by Victor Patrick and being a judge LBW by the umpire. So they've lost their first wicket. They score on 11 and none other time than to welcome the better part of cricket commentary at his best. Good afternoon to you, the late and the Boogeyman Yard.
And good afternoon to you, Kirk. Good afternoon to listeners and viewers. And it's indeed a privilege to be here on the opening day of this, the easily the best organized 50-plus tournament in Barbados. See already, yeah, good crowd on hand.
Yes, Lyndon, a good crowd on hand. We've got one of the sponsors, thanks, out there, the In Touch. Keep in Touch, Inc. We've got a lot of sponsors on board. HB's Beauty and Spa, MJA Car Services, the Barbados National Oil Company, JD's Enterprises, the Last Stop Bar and Eatery. You would have spent a lot of time with the Last Stop Bar. Premier World Cargo, Inc. Keep in Touch, Inc. And Ricky's Driving School. And obviously the main sponsor, the AMAAS Sporting Services. This tournament well organized. I can tell you earlier today, the Travelers, they would have gotten home by some 31 runs up against the Legends. So the Legends would have lost their first game. And the Travelers in winners row by some 31 runs. I can also tell you that from a position of 45 without loss after some 5 overs, the Limers got up to 127. Some useful bowling spells coming from Everton Batson, William Lashley, and Carol Marshall.
The old veterans just continue to roll back the years as this delivery is cut and knocked away by the fielder, knocked away football style, out at the backward point position to take 1. So this total continue to ease along 12 for the loss of just a solitary wicket. And this is game number 2 of what promises to be an exciting season. Conditions ideal for cricket. Picture perfect conditions. The outfield lush green as expected. Giddens is in, and the batsman is beaten outside in the off stump, taken behind by the keeper. There is no run, so slipping position. Backward point, cover long off, long on. As the deep mid wicket also walks in, and this delivery again beats the batsman outside the off stump. Probing at it, doesn't make any contact. So you have cricket commentary at its very best for the entire season. And of course, streaming going live. This one is punched into the offside. The fielder from the backward point has it under control. And there is no run. So the opening day. 2 games today. There's one tomorrow. As this delivery is tossed up. And an attempted drive finds its way out to the fielder at the long off boundary, who ambles to his left at his edge. Has it under control. They take 1. I see Warner Rat Curtin, the analyst, to my extreme right. And Philip Hackett looks wrong, a little concerned. Here is a delivery, which is on the line of the leg stump. And play to the fielder at mid wicket, and they get a very easy single. So a single. That moves the total to 14 for loss of 1. The end of that over, and they're chasing down a target of 128 for victory. That's the latest.
Yeah. Yeah. Look where we reach again. End up in a party in the streets again. Even though I never wanna cheat, it's 1,000 man and 1,000 girl. reach, you know. Hey, when we bring it sun up to the beach, you know. Just let the relationship breathe. It's not your man, it's not my girl.
So 14 for 1 as we start over number 5 as David driven past the man coming around to his right in an extra cover down to the man at mid-off in Ken Mears. So one more to Seeley. He goes up to 6 and they score up by one more to 15 for 1. The captain Lashley, who's on 1, will come into strike as he takes his guard from umpire Siebert Strawn. As Patrick on his way passes the umpire, goes to Lashley. Lashley's having a heave for Gregory Gaskin behind the stumps, doesn't take cleanly. Gregory Gaskin went at that one there, Lyndon, like he needs a chat with Don King, the former boxing promoter.
He's getting on in age, the old veteran behind the stump, the Maple veteran. And here is a delivery. He's running to the offside to go for a quick single at that age, and he gets it too. So good quick single. Challenging the fielder there at the cover, who came in quickly. But at age 62, not quick enough. And then a run achieved.
One more to the score, takes it up to 16. As Delirious is pushed into the offside, straight to the man in there at that cover point region. 16 for 1. A quiet start. This innings going probably the opposite direction of the Lamers innings. Delivery driven sweetly, pleasantly into the offside by Seeley. They've gone for 1. They will come back for the sack of the poor bit of work by the man there. Ken Mears coming around to his left at mid-off. Allows the batsman to complete 2 runs. So that double takes the score up to 18. 18 for 1. We're in over number 5. Victor Patrick, 2.5 overs, no meters thus far. 10 runs, conceded some 10 runs. He's picked up 1 wicket. As he's on his way into bowl to the batsman, whipping this one pleasantly for the square. They've gone for 1. Is Mark Seeley will come back for the second early. He'll have to hurry. The return is on its way, but it's a weak one and allows the batsman to easily complete the second run. So at the end of over number 5, 20 for 1, requiring a further 108 runs. The challengers in pursuit of a target of 128. Your thoughts thus far, Boogeyman?
Well, at this stage, I think that the challengers will be pretty comfortable with Mark Seeley, not out on 10, William Lashley, not out on 2, having lost David Innes for 8. Victor Patrick having picked up that wicket. He's now sent on 3 overs, now made in 1 for 12. Mark Seeley, 10. I said William Lashley, 2. And Winston Giddens, 1 over for 5 runs. And Ken Mears, 1 over for 3. So we can start over number 6. 20 for the loss of 1. And I must say, strong the extras. They have not contributed thus far, so that's very good on their part. And it's going to be Giddens who's in. And there's Lashley strokes the ball to backward point and goes for a very sharp single. And you get it too. And for the umpteenth time, Gregory Gaskin at 75 pounds, having problems standing on his feet. Falls over. Seems to have lost some weight since COVID, Sean.
Yes, Gaskin. He's usually a fit man. He usually runs from home in Fitz Village down to his job in town, Bridgetown. He runs down there and he runs back home. Also a fit man is Mark Seeley. He plays squash every day. You know that? He's also a national champion. He plays squash every day. In fact, he plays squash up to 11 o'clock at night. So as we continue into Gaskin and a guy by the name of John Ward, they're known as the 2 fittest men in the Fitz Village area. The 2 last, he's 2 strong men. As Giddens on his way into bowl to Seeley. Seeley is punching sweetly, pleasantly to the right of the man at point and to the left of the man in extra cover. They've gone for 1 and come back easily for the second run. But Seeley is good on the Boogeyman. He looks good.
Yeah, most definitely. That shot reminded me of him playing in Antigua against Kirkley Ambrose. Not to say that Giddens is anywhere near the pace of Ambrose, but it shows the value of experience. 23 for 1. Cricket commentary at its very best. Here is Seeley, allows this one to go by outside of the off stump. Taken by none other than the keeper, former product of Maple, Gregory Gaskin. And here's Seeley, whips this one into the mid-wicket area. The field is across to his right. We'll take a nice, easy single. So the challengers at the moment, strong to say, very comfortable in the 6th over. Being sent down by Winston Giddens. 1.4 overs, no minutes done for 9. Ken Mears, 1 over, no minutes done for 3. And Victor Patrick. This is a delivery cut again. and the highlight of that single is another tumble by the keeper. 25 for the loss of 1 as we come towards the end of over number 6. And Lashley on strike. Actually, Seeley goes onto the back foot and plays the ball down the onside, and that completes over number 6. Done and dusted. Challengers, 25 for 1. That's sitting pretty curt.
Well, yes, the challengers going quietly alone. 25 for 1. Remember, the required run rate is 7.36. They're scoring at 4.17. So just thereabouts. The highlight thus far of the innings, though, is Gregory Gaskin seems to be sponsored by a new pair of shoes called On Balance. He hasn't stayed on his feet for a long time at all in this innings. 25 for 1.
Clearly having his share of problems. Not necessarily with the gloves, but with keeping his balance. Remember, we have some sponsors for whom we have to identify. Without them, the tournament wouldn't be possible. Of course, we're going to start with the AMAAS Sport and Services. And this is the 3rd edition of this tournament, going from strength to strength. Ricky's Driving School, Keep in Touch, Inc. And here is Victor Patrick, right arm leg spin. And this delivery is hit down to mid-wicket. Across to the right comes the fielder who ambles across. And he has his own end, and that's Derwin Thompson. And the ball is into the boundary for 4. So short, loose delivery and put away through mid-wicket for 4. Takes the total for challengers to 29 for 1. And that carries Lashley up to 8. 13 is Seeley at the non-striker's end. As Kamisha receives a call. Premier World Cargo Inc. I wouldn't say who that call is from. The Last Stop Bar and Eatery. Certainly wasn't from there. JD's Enterprises, another sponsor. Barbados National Oil Company, of course. The immaculate conditions for which they has always present this outfield. And the facilities, MJ Car Services. I think Rat came via one of those cars. ACB's Beauty and Spa. Yeah, Rat took a lift here. Bomber lift and MJ Car Services. The field has been just waiting for the ball to return. And it is on its way as we speak.
Well, it's on its way back. I take the opportunity to welcome you, Lyndon. Of course, Kurt was with us from the beginning. Always good to be working with the A team.
With the A team, the cricket commentators at his very best. And a little couldn't avoid the lateness. I wasn't complaining about it, I was simply saying welcome. never highlight the negative. You can highlight you're being late, or you can say thanks for being here. And here is another run around, this time to the left. And once again, Thompson has absolutely no chance. And another boundary to Lashley. So he's taking a liking to Victor Patrick, who's now setting on 3.3 overs, no minutes, 1 for 20. Challengers motoring on. 33 for the loss of 1 in the process of over number 7. And a mixed bag here from Victor Patrick in his 4th over, Sean.
Well, yes, and there's Lashley looking to cash in on some flighted deliveries. There was Lashley cashing in on some flighted deliveries. And hitting consecutive boundaries. Takes his score up to 33. Lashley goes up to 12. And as you said, Lyndon, a liking for Victor Patrick coming to the end of his spell.
Yes, as he continues. And he bowls his 4th delivery, which Lashley places out in the offside. And will pick up a single. So remember to stream in Anything Cricket Let's Talk. Anything Cricket Let's Talk for the AMAAS Services Sporting Services 2024 edition of 50 Plus Masters Tournament. Game number 2 as Patrick is in and Seeley is getting a little bit down the leg side, whips it away past the keeper. They take 1, they will amble back for 2. The fielder from square leg has a long run out to that fine leg position. And the batsman complete 2 wide, signaled by umpire Siebert Strawn, a veteran. A teacher by profession, an umpire by profession as well. Many thought he should have gone out to National Grid, but I understand his supervisor Earl Cullimore was against that, so he didn't make the grid after all. Here is a drive, elegant. Ken Mears ambles to his left and goes down belatedly. Underarms the ball. The only way he throws the ball these days, Kurt.
Yeah, really getting down, Ken Mears.
I'm sure he would agree with that. Here is Patrick, final delivery, and Lashley lunges forward, completes over number 7, 38 for loss of 1. Seeley on 14. Lashley has 13 in a hurry. Innes gone for 8. Kurt.
And just quickly, Lennon, just after those 2 boundaries, at the start of the over, the run rate was 7.78, the required run rate. With those 2 boundaries, the current run rate now up to 5.43, and the required run rate down to 6.92. Still around 7 and over, but yet again, the challengers staying in touch with the required rate.
Once again, just to remind viewers, anything cricket, let's talk. Anything cricket, let's talk. 9430. Or you can contact to that number 482 to subscribe. Anything cricket, let's talk. And you have all these games. So you can subscribe, click the button, like anything cricket, let's talk. So you can follow it live. And this is the kind of quality service that's provided by AMAAS Sporting Services on match in Barbados or the Caribbean. Here is a delivery, which is stroked back to the bowler. There is no run. Gittins starting over number 3 for him. Number 8 in total. Remember, it's a 20-a-side tournament. And the first game producing an easy victory, as this delivery is bringing Seeley onto the front foot. They take 1. They're going to challenge the arm of the fielder at cover on the boundary, and they get 2 quite easily. So that takes the total now to 40 for loss of 1. And you can tell that Limers, they could only muster 91 in pursuit of a target of 132. So they got 100. So Kamisha is going to ensure that, since I don't have my glasses, so I'm giving you the reasons for being late. I'm just going to find my glasses. And that's why I'm so close to the computer. And Kamisha's helping me.
I just want to remind you, Lena, that it's never a good thing when the boss gently reminds you that you're late or that you were late.
41 for loss of 1. Anything cricket, let's talk. To follow the streaming live. And we are right here at the Barbados National Oil Company, one of the most picturesque grounds in St. Philip. Actually, St. Philip border in Christchurch, the end of Christchurch into St. Philip. And here is Lashley across his wicket. And the ball is parried by the fielder who fell to his left, coming in from short mid-wicket. Keith Seal, the captain. And he went down like if he was at Miami Beach. But there was no water there. Gave away a single. 42 for loss of 1. Pretty easy going by the challengers. And there is Mark Seeley with a day and a half to play. Plays up on the offside. So showing the bowling really doesn't look challenging. You suspect that the captain will ring some changes shortly?
Definitely will have to ring some changes shortly, because one, Victor Patrick has already completed allocation of overs. And there's a firm drive by Seeley Lynn, and he looks good.
He looks good, and there is Giddens trying, I would say, trying to buy a wicket. So he just tossed it up. But Seeley, very elegant, very easy on the air. He's very composed. And if you want to invite any youngster, any child you have, to watch the correct method of playing good, proper cricket. You know, there's some old folks who despise the T20, the T10, the T5. But reality is the world is changing, Kirk. And you got to embrace my money. I have to work so hard for my money these days.
Well, our
Sean.
producer, Mr. Hackett, is of the opinion that as long as you can bat, you can play any format of cricket. All that is required is an inkling of common sense.
And to make that mental adjustment, that's so hard because we've seen our good friend Gregory Gaskin behind the stumps and he's just falling down with the ball, not even hitting his hand. It can't be the pads that are too heavy for him.
We'll have to wait and see. So as we head into over number 9, yet again, Lennon, I want to keep an eye on that required rate and the current run rate. Required rate 7.17 and the current run rate 5.25. 42 for 1. Remember, the target is 128.
And one of the more meaner bowlers into the attack in Dave Estwick. Want to say good afternoon to Emerson Jordan. He looks good in his gear today. I think black suits him better than any other color. And former Barbados player, a proud coach. Happy New Year to you. And he has a top youngster who's made the West Indies under-19 team in Joshua Dorn. So congratulations. You know, the coaches don't necessarily get the kudos due to them. The kudos normally goes to the other coaches who gets the finished product. But I think that Emerson should be awarded, rewarded. He took at least, I can recall, 5 youngsters, including my son, Kevion Newton, down to Welch's to play BCL cricket at the age of 11, for 4 straight years. And, you know, and when I said strong to play, I didn't talk about being 12 and 13 men. He made sure that they played an entire season. I think that was part of their development, despite the fact that BCL cricket is slowly on a demise. But he had the heart, the willing, and the know-how to know that the youth are the future. And I think that praises ought to go to where praises are due and not where they're being collected. 44 for loss of 1 in the 9th over. Your thoughts?
So far, so good by the challengers team. Lashley on 15, the captain. And if you know William Lashley is going to settle his stalls to bat right through this innings. The other batters will have to do the work around Lashley. But Lashley, for the time he gets in, he's going to set up his stalls to bat right through this innings.
Well, I think it comes down to this pair because when you look to my left, I see Sherwin Ellis padded. That's not a good sign at all. And he only has on 1 pad. And David Rich is buying straight to mid-wicket on the bounce. Straightish mid-wicket. The batsman can't score. So to come, Carol Marshall, Gilbert Rock, Sherwin Ellis, Philip Cage. Just looks like a YMPC team. Jefferson Gibbons, Peter Clark, Trevor Yard, and Everton Batson. You will see a lot of batting to come, Kurt?
Well, Carol Marshall, I will call a lot of batting to come for you. Carol Marshall.
You repeated his name 3 times. Are you saying he needs 3 innings to get somewhere?
And, well, Jefferson Gibbons as well. Former Maple, captain Maple. Good enough to have been invited to senior trials, Lyndon. So Jefferson Gibbons and Carol Marshall, lots will be dependent on them.
Yeah, because I think if the batting gets down to Gilbert Rock and Sherwin Ellis, it definitely will be in tremendous trouble. 9 overs done and dusted, 45 for the loss of 1. There's a DJ in the house. And some sweet music. You don't have to go nowhere. We provide all the music, all the entertainment, all the latest news. And the latest news at the moment is we have a bowling change. And Len Gill is in the attack. And his first delivery concedes a single out in the offside. 46 for 1 challengers. Mark Seeley comes into strike. He has 18. William Lashley is quickly up to 15. Tomorrow at Foursquare Oval to be exact, the home of the Pickwick side, Legends will come up against the Veterans. And that's a 2 o'clock game. Legends against Veterans tomorrow at 2 p.m. So remember, the action moves to Foursquare tomorrow. So tell a friend to invite a friend to come along to the ground and support the AMAAS Sporting Services Masters 50 Over Tournament 2024 already in progress. And you can follow the stream, of course. Anything cricket, let's talk. For all the live action, all the live stream. As here is Gill, left arm in, and that delivery has gone right through him. So Seeley playing all around, pitched up delivery, and challengers, they are 48 for the loss of 2. How crucial a wicket is that, Kurt?
That's a really big wicket, Lyndon, because Seal was really looking good. And for the first time in his innings, he committed the cardinal sin of playing around the delivery. He was batting very well, striking the ball up and down the track, hitting the ball back from where it came. But the left-handed bowler again, Lyndon, creating some problems. There was the batsman opening up and attempting to hit that one into the onside. The ball straightened on him, and he loses his middle stump in the process. So they've lost their second wicket, the all-important wicket, that of Mark Seeley. A fairly decent innings by him. He was looking good, but in the end, I think he played a poor shot.
Yes, 48 for the loss of 2, Mr. DJ. So, on resumption, 48 for the loss of 2. How do you see it, Kurt?
Well, Gibbons will have to get in and get going, and Lashley will continue to be Lashley. So from here on in down to the 15th over, the two of these must stay together and then see where they're at.
So, Len Gill with 1 wicket in the bag thus far, having conceded 3. He's in the middle of over number 10. They took the break. And Gibbons will have his first strike. And he is inside of his stump, whips the ball to the field at square leg. who doesn't field cleanly. That is Giddens. So Gibbons, another product of Maple, who avoided relegation this year, as Gill is into Gibbons, and Gibbons is stretching forward, plays the ball up to the long on fielder who's off the boundary. Run number 49 achieved for the challengers. So at the moment, strong, even despite the fact that they just lost the all-important wicket of Mark Seeley, I'm sure that the captain, William Lashley, is very confident that he can get the job done. He's on 17. He has a strike, and he goes for an almighty hit to the right of the fielder at the mid-on, long-on position, who gives up the chase, and that's into the boundary for 4. And that's the challengers 50. 53 for the loss of 2 at the completion of over number 10, Mr. DJ. Well, I'm going to explain. Challengers 53 for the loss of 2. Remember, it's a nice, cool, relaxing atmosphere always here at the BNOC ground, which will be extended to the Foursquare ground tomorrow, the 14th of January, when Legends take on the Veterans. Here is Estwick on the way in, and the batsman is looking to cut, doesn't make any contact. Gibbons through to the keeper. On Saturday the 20th, Challengers versus Veterans. That's the 10 o'clock game at 2 p.m. on the same day. Legends will come up against Limers. So that's the Saturday games for next week. Challengers versus Veterans and Legends versus Limers. Here is Estwick into bowl to Gibbons, who plays it through the offside. Will take 1. Think about 2. The return is alongside the stump, and the batsmen are content with 1. So Gibbons up to 2. Lashley on 21 comes back in the strike. 54 for the loss of 2 in the process of over number 11 on Sunday. That is the 21st of January at Foursquare. So we have back-to-back Sundays at Foursquare. 2 p.m. that game will feature Veterans and Travelers. Veterans and Travelers. And then there's a Monday game as well. Remember, Monday being the bank holiday extension, with Sunday being Arrow Barrow Day. Monday the 22nd on the bank holiday at 2 p.m. Travelers will meet Limers right here at BNOC. Travelers versus Limers on the 22nd of January right here at BNOC, beginning at 2 p.m. Estwick 1.2 overs dominated, none for 4. Challengers 54 for 2. And Estwick taking just about as much time as the DLP took to lose the elections. No. He's comfortable, and he's into both to Lashley, and Lashley is punching the ball to the fielder at the cover to go for a single. And another run achieved. And yours truly, Ken Mears, in attendance. And they seem to think, Strong, they seem to come into the tournament this year that anything that Ken Mears has won.
But so far, so good, because everything to him has been won.
A beautiful
the
shot.
fielder is coming around. It looks like Ince does good work on the mid-wicket boundary. Good bit of work by him coming around to his left.
Superb stop. Nice getting around. I think they did the right thing to make the switch there between himself and Derwin Thompson.
So you're implying that Ince looks a lot fitter than Derwin Thompson?
But that's one way of putting it. I think Derwin would have armed wrong to that. And he might have struggled on height.
57 for 2. Required run rate 7.61. The current run rate 5.34.
Cut away. And quickly, Mears gives up the chase. Allows the younger man to go after it. And more fitter man. Another 2 runs achieved. 59 for 2. Challengers 11. Going nicely in the 11th over. Just 1 ball shy of 11 overs. 1.5 overs, no middles, none for 9 to Dave Eswick. As he'll be bowling from the northern end of the ground. So we're making a fielding change as Victor Patrick is being moved to his left at long off. He's completed his quarter. 4 overs, no middles, 1 for 25. So Eswick, Kurt, can you tell me if the new rules for wasting time has been applied to this tournament?
I'll have to have a quick word with Morris, the
organizer,
chief cooking bottle washer. But I'll wait and see.
The leading sponsor and promoter. I think that's his title, the director. I think that's a term that should be used for Mr. Morris, the director of AMAAS Sporting Services. Easily the best over 50s Masters tournament in the Caribbean and challenging anywhere in the world. DJ? So, the target 128, another 69 required. Sean Rat said that's his favorite number, 69.
I will have to have a conversation with Rat and try to find out why. 59 for 269 runs required, Lyndon, and they will definitely need now to get into second gear this pair here at the crease in the captain Lashley and Gibbons.
Not known for their big hit in either batsman. Gill with the wicket of Seeley under his belt, and Lashley taps it into the offside, go for sharp single, we get it, and there is the keeper having all kinds of trouble to move from behind the stumps. Sean, what are you reckon is the real problem with the keeper? Is it the helmet too big or the pads too tall?
Gaskin, he's probably now coming back into his own. He's been out of cricket for some time, so he's probably now coming back into his own, but this is the first time I've seen him not being able to stay on his feet for any prolonged period.
Here is an expansive drive, worked up to the fielder off the long off boundary to take one. They contemplate the second, but don't go for it. Good return. 61 for loss of 2. Lashley to 23, he has a strike. And Jefferson Gibbons with that single is up to 7. We are in over number 12. The target 128. As Gill is in and Lashley is hit in the air. The fielder at long off is interested, comes across and takes a wonderful catch. A superb catch, running at least 15 meters to his right. The demise of William Lashley, 61 for 2 becomes 61 for 3. And to come, Marshall, Rock, Ellis, Kinch, Clark, Yard, Batson, or Ainsley Jordan, Mr. DJ. Well, the new batsman in is Sherwin Ellis. And he will have strike right away. So Gill, with 2 wickets on his belt, 2 for 10, steams into both to Ellis. And Ellis is playing from the crease. To the field at the short cover, there's no run. And remember, JD's Enterprise is one of the sponsors. When you leave here and the action closes down, usually the bar will run to maybe 10, 10:30. You can leave and head down to the last stop bar and eatery. So yeah, the bar will be extended to 12 tonight. And then you can go there, leave and go down to the last stop bar and eateries. That's open to maybe 2:33, 3 o'clock, Sean.
The last stop.
The last stop. It's the last stop. So the time has to be right. And there's Ellis looking to pull this one through mid-wicket. The ball cannons into his left thigh. And there's no run. That concludes over number 12, done and dusted, seeking a target of 128 for victory. Challengers 11. They are 61 for 3. Lashley out for 23. Caught row off the ball of Gill. Gibbons is not on 7. Ellis yet to score. And the umpire has switched into position very, very quick. Seabert Strawn, a former national athlete. Still looking as fit as ever, Kurt.
Still looking as fit as ever, still very much involved in physical activity. Still at the foundation school. So still very much involved in physical activity. I see him every morning running some 5 miles every morning.
A senior
in Phillip area.
A senior pro. I think he runs faster than he drives. Usually keeps back traffic on the highway. Just now legislation will be passed for that. 61 for the loss of 3. You're listening to live coverage of the AMAAS Sporting Services Masters 50 Over Tournament 2024. And target 128. And it is Eswick who's in. And there is Gibbons. Gets an educated edge down to third man. And we'll come back for 2. And Eswick not at all impressed. Maybe a little thought that the keeper had a chance there, Sean, but the keeper has been falling down all day long. So I think Eswick should really apologize to the keeper.
Well, yes, there was the batsman attempting a cut and just going over the gloves of the keeper Gaskin and down to the third man region. And what is important is that they would have completed some 2 runs.
63 for the loss of 3. They require 65 from another 7.5 overs remaining, so it's getting a little tight. Gibbons on 9 to this delivery is hidden across the line, swings it out to deep mid-wicket. And there's Ince onto it, fumbles it. They're going to turn and come back for 2. So 2 taken quite easily. Ellis is very quick between the wicket. 65 for the loss of 3. Ellis haven't put on some weight in the outer season. He's now up to about 95 pounds. As this delivery is played down to third man, who's down on the floor. And they take 1. So, just a quick reminder, tomorrow's action switches to Foursquare. So we will be at Foursquare for the next 2 Sundays at 2 p.m. Next 2 Sundays. And remember, next weekend is a long weekend. So we go Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We're back here on Monday, which is the extension of the Arrowbarrow Bank Holiday, which falls this Sunday. So we will be at Foursquare next Sunday and this Sunday. And then Saturday and Monday, we're right back here at BNOC, as this delivery is taking the edge out to the fielder, coming across from the backward point position. Run number 67 attained. And we are just 1 delivery shy of completing over number 13. Victor Patrick, 4 overs, no middles, 1 for 25. Winston Giddens, 3 overs, no middles, none for 14. Ken Mears, just a solitary over for 3. As Eswick completes his over. And this delivery is swung to mid-wicket. And ambling across to his right. The fielder intercepts. And that concludes over number 12. Number 13 out of the way. 68 for the loss of 3. Challengers 11. Dave Eswick, 3 overs, no middles, none for 16. Len Gill, 2 overs, no middles, 2 for 10. DJ. Well, at some point in time, I think the challengers is going to have to swing the engine as Gill is in to bowl to Peng Yong, who whips it in front of square. He had that near when he went to England, and the ball goes across the rope for 4. So Jefferson Gibbons with that boundary, which is his first boundary, is up to 17. Ellis is on 1, and it's now 72 for 3. A welcome boundary, Kurt.
Much welcome boundary. They were just going quietly along, and there was Gibbons getting a short delivery, angling further down the leg side and just smashing it backward of square and into the boundary. So much needed boundary as the required target. Now 56 more runs required.
And we have another 6.5 overs remaining. The target 128. Just a field adjustment. The third man is now being brought up, and he comes in belatedly. Don't think he can move any faster. And he acknowledged that. You know, it's good to acknowledge your age, you know. As here is a delivery. The slog sweep is taken out, and the fielder at long on has a long run across, and the batsmen are going to come back for 2. So Sean is fairly safe to say that Gibbons has now decided that he's going to be the key man here. Ellis not known for hitting the boundaries.
Ellis not known for hitting a lot of balls.
So 74 for loss of 3. 74 for loss of 3. So maybe Ellis' job is just to rotate the strike then.
Well, yes.
He's quick between the wicket. 19 is Gibbons as Gill is into him, and he flashes it off the back foot out to the sweeper off the boundary. And Incest has a lot of work to do.
And to be fair to Ince, he's doing it quite well as well.
He's making it look easy.
Yeah, he's making it look rather easy.
He's traveling across the field like a 35-year-old. In this 50-plus tournament, 75 for 3, challengers 11, seeking 128. We are in the process of over number 14. Another 6 after this. The target 53. And we're halfway in over number 14. Gill is in. And there is a delivery which is forced to the fielder at the point position. The return comes in. And once again, there is a stumbling keeper. So unless the ball comes straight to the stumps, it's going to be a very difficult time for my good friend Gaskin.
But it was interesting there, Lyndon, the miscommunication between the two runners, the two batters. They were communicating very well up to that point, but the delivery backward of point to Derwin Thompson, and there was a bit of hesitation. I guess they were expecting him to bowl it in.
This delivery is played out to the square leg fielder who's gone on the boundary. Turn to come up for 2. The return comes in. Very good cricket. And they're going to turn and take a third as well. And Ince fires the return in. And it's taken by Gaskin. It landed right in front of Gaskin. Happily, they had to move left nor right, or he would have fallen first. 79 for 3. Challengers creeping back into it. 49 from just about 37 deliveries. So they will still need to press on somewhat. The required rate 7.95. The current rate is 5.71.
There you see the two batsmen using all of their experience, having a mid-wicket chat, Lyndon, to gather their composure and get their breaths back.
Yeah, I think it's a smart move. It's a good delay tactic. As Ellis will now have strike. He has 2 against his name. Gill is into Ellis. Ellis gets a short delivery, pulls it short of the fielder at short mid-wicket. He hit that with everything he had.
Probably batting with sponge.
It went 5 meters away from the fielder at short mid-wicket. So the end of over number 14. Challengers 79 for loss of 3. Seeking 128 for victory to win game number 2 in the 2024 AMAAS Sporting Service 50 Overs Masters Tournament. Mr. DJ. So, start of over number 15, 49 required. And here is the slog sweep and off the boundary. comes the fielder. They take one. Run number 80. Remember, this year we're sponsored by 8CBs. 8CB. Oh, Hebe's
Beauty and Bar.
Beauty and Bar. Where is that located?
Okay.
Beauty and Spa, not bar. Beauty
Beauty
and
and
Spa.
Spa.
Yeah.
You know me is normally
I think Kamisha's going there to go to service tomorrow. Of course.
MJA's Car Services, the Barbados National Oil Company, JD's Enterprises, the Last Stop Bar and Eatery, Premier World Cargo, and Keep in Touch, and Ricky's Driving School.
And of course, it's the AMAAS Sporting Services 50 and up Masters Tournament 2024 challengers looking to become victorious.
You know, the stream is Anything Cricket Let's Talk. For those of you interested in the finals of the intermediate, the BCA intermediate competition, I can tell you that the Barbados Defence Force 351 all out, and Bosca Bell in response dismissed just recently for 273.
80 for the loss of 3 as Eswick is in, and there is a swing across the line by Ellis. They will take one, they will look for 2. The field has a long one across, and they amble back for 2. So Ellis began to look good with the cross-batted shots. Sean?
Well, yes, and what he's doing too, he's running very, very well between the wickets. Just one mix-up between him and Gibbons thus far. And Gibbons is one of those fit over 50s as well. So it's interesting to see how they will go, or how they will continue to go.
Eswick to bowl to Ellis, E to E. And the ES gets the better of the 2 L's, ELLIS. So Ellis on 4, 82 for 3, and he goes back and flashes it straight to the fielder at the, you call that a short third man?
You said flash it, but I will venture to say another E was in operation, edge.
So Eswick, Ellis, and edge. That's
Yeah.
what you're saying? Final delivery of over number 15, about to be bowled by Eswick, having conceded 19. And there is Ellis, hits it straight down the ground. Long on is across, or comes into it. And they take a single which will retain Ellis the strike. Eswick completes his quarter. 4 overs, no middles, none for 20. Challengers 11. 83 for the loss of 3. Seeking 128 for victory, Mr. DJ. Start of over number 16. And we're going to have a bowling change. So Derwin Thompson is coming in. And well, he's normally bowling from the other end. I think this end is normally the Ellis Thompson end. So he's been switched around. And his first delivery is flashed up to the fielder off the long off boundary. And they take one. So Thompson into the attack. This is an interesting change, Kurt. What do you make of this change?
Well, Thompson is belatedly being introduced, and with the asking rate up to 9 and over, and going to Derwin Thompson, who's usually very, very economically, he delivers straight at the stumps. I don't want to use the word bowl at all in this conversation. He delivers straight at the stumps.
Well, I can concur. 84 for loss of 3. And we know we've seen several bowlers, particularly in Barbados, who traditionally every given Saturday and Sunday, do the same thing and do it without fear of frolic. Not once Earl Cullimore is the umpire, as Thompson is in the delivery down the leg side, wide signal by the umpire. I think that Thompson just got it wrong there, the rear there.
Well, yes, he will need to adjust his line and length very, very quickly. Badly line delivery down the leg side and giving away one more sundry as he's on his way once more into ball to Gibbons, and Gibbons is down the track when he gets there. Attempts to lay down a delivery out of the gloves of the keeper and doesn't really make contact. High into the air, Gaskin takes the helmet off. But there was a sweep, and they've come. In fact, they won't come back for the second run now at all. But there was a ball high into the air. The keeper looking around had enough time to take his helmet off, but the ball evaded the keeper, landed safely in the end down in the short fine leg region, and the man from third man had a lot of work to do coming around to his left to do the tight end up. But the batsman, Lyndon, only ran one.
This call is for Mr. Dutton. If you will come urgently to us. Mr. Dutton, come to the commentator's box urgently. 85 for 3. As this delivery is played in the offside and there's no run. So there's one run, sorry. So Ellis to 6. Gibbons has 25 against his name. 86 for 3. 42 required. From another 28 delivery, the batsman is dancing down the wicket, knocked down by the bowler Thompson. Sorry, knocked down by Thompson, Sean. My apologies. As Thompson is in, and here's a delivery which is pulled out to the fielder off the square leg boundary. They'll take 1, and they'll turn and come back for 2. The return comes in. So, challengers staying in it. 88 for the loss of 3, and that's the conclusion of over number 16, seeking 128 for victory. Another 40 required from some 24 deliveries, Mr. DJ. Well, just under 10 runs are over required. Actually, 10 runs are over required. 40 from the final 4. So 40 from 24. Deliveries, legit that is. 88 for the loss of 3. We have a bowling change. Rowe into the attack. And he starts with the be wide outside of the off stump. And the batsman chased it, Ellis. Umpire Siebert Strawn thought that he moved out of his ground. Didn't stay his ground. Umpire Siebert Strawn, very shrewd umpire. Disciplinarian by profession. Here is the debut outside in the off stump. Cut away by Ellis. They take 1. And when they look for 2, they challenge the arm and come back for 2. And they get 2 quite easily. 90 for the loss of 3. We're in over number 17. Ellis is on 8 from 16 deliveries. Gibbons has 27, having faced 20 deliveries. He's only struck the 1-4. Fabian Rowe in his first over. The target 128, another 38 required from 22 deliveries. The game is on because the sun is out in all its glory. The bar fully stocked. There's plenty in sight to eat as well. Here is Rowe. Moves in to bowl to Ellis. And Ellis gets a short delivery. Pulls it back to Rowe. He hit that hard. It didn't go far. It didn't go high. And it went back at chest height to the bowler. So Ellis' visual at the crease comes to an end. Challengers 90 for loss of 4 in the process of over number 17. The target 128, 38 required, another 6 wickets to get. And we have 3.3 overs to go, Mr. DJ. Well, 90 for a loss of 4. And a promotion in the order as Philip Kinch comes to the crease. So still no Kieran Marshall, still no Gilbert Ross, still no Peter Clark, still no Trevor Yard, still no Everton Batson. And we definitely don't want to see Ainsley Jordan. If it gets down to him, it's like good night nurse. A lot of batting to come, they will say. So Kinch, one YMPC man replaces another.
And then I would like to just comment on the line being bowled by Rowe. Definitely there's a plan there to bowl just slightly wide of that or stump, that 4th or 5th stump line, and he's done it very, very well so far in the over.
Yes.
3 balls he's bowled thus far.
3 good deliveries. He's picked up 1 for 2. Steams in to bowl to Kinch, and Kinch does first delivery, get a little bit outside in the off stump, and Kinch plays and misses. This is not the missing ball contest. 38 required from 20 deliveries. Kinch sent in to do a man's job. He sells over his back. Rowe with his tail up into bowl to Kinch. And Kinch allows it to go by. And umpire Siebert Strawn, a disciplinarian by profession, believes the ball is downside inside that chord of uncertainty. So Rowe working to a plan. Kinch also to a plan. Moves in to bowl to Kinch. And Kinch is throwing everything at it. The ball just goes out on the offside. A brilliant over ball by Rowe. So challengers backs against the wall at the moment. They require 38 from 18 deliveries. 90 for loss of 4. Kurt.
Well, the asking rain at the start of that over was 10 runs per over. He just conceded as 2. So immediately now we see the run rate up to 12.6. So 13 runs over required from here on in Linden. And it's going to be a big ask here now for this Challengers 11 side.
Well, you can send us your thoughts on the WhatsApp. What do you think of the promotion of Philip Kinch in the order? DJ. So, the action to continue. Kurt, at this time, where's your money?
Well, firmly entrenched in my pockets for sure. But 38 required from 18 deliveries, Linden. 4 sixes can change this game.
And here is the delivery which is pulled out to mid-wicket. The fielder is off the boundary to take 1. Well, Kinch, as a fast bowler, was not known to let the handbrakes down. So there's not going to be a lot of quick singles here for sure. So far with the bat, he has not made contact from 3 deliveries, but he's been sent in to do a job.
I'm kind of surprised at the elevation of Kinch over a guy like Carl Marshall.
I understand that Carl Marshall is carrying a little bit of an injury. Delivery outside in the off stump, and Kinch looks at that ball very strangely. So Kinch seemed a little surprised.
Probably surprised that he got batting.
Yes, here is a delivery. And Kinch hits it high, hard in the air. The fielder at long on comes across and takes a magnificent catch. Wow. Unbelievable.
Len Gill in the yard.
That is the catch of the tournament thus far. You can't take it away from him. That is his natural hand.
Coming to his left.
But the way he was moving, his feet was going around fast. He was going absolutely nowhere. And he got there, stuck out the left hand, took the catch. And the visual of Philip Kinch promoted high in the batting order, a surprise move.
Well, the old adage, Lyndon, that catches really win matches. Because they've taken two amazing catches this field inside this Limers team. Two amazing catches. One from Rowe coming to his right at long off. And now we've got a brilliant one, Lyndon, coming to his left from long on in Lengill.
Well, 91 for loss of 5, and Philip Kinch walks back. He looks very dejected. Should he be dejected, Mr. DJ? Mr. DJ.
The DJ seems a bit distracted, and I can see why.
Well, Kurt, another surprise move. Trevor Yard comes to the crease. Still no Kara Marshall, still no Gilbert Rock.
It looks like a strategic move now. They've gone for the left-hander.
So why did the right-hander go before the left-hander?
Well, he was probably batting at the other end, so now he's hitting with the win from this end.
Okay, we'll see what Yard has. You can go to the website and pull up his stats shortly. Can you give him his career stats, Sean?
Well, he's played some 5 games in this tournament. He has a batting average of about 3. And he is not really much to write home about, to be honest.
His first delivery flashes it straight to the fielder at cover. Can't score. 37 required from 14 deliveries. 91 for 5. Here is the delivery. And he looks to pull it. He misses. Another miss. Strange tactics being employed
what I can tell
here.
you is that 4 deliveries in the last over, 3 in this over, and Gibbons is on the other end at the non-strikers end. That's 9 deliveries now gone, and Gibbons yet to face a delivery.
Well, at the moment, I can tell you 18 overs done and dusted. The target of 128 seems a mountain. 37 required from 12 deliveries. Challengers 11 facing defeat. 91 for 5, Mr. DJ. Remember, tell a friend to bring a friend. We are at 4 Square tomorrow. You can follow the stream, Anything Cricket. Let's talk. At the moment, challengers 91 for 5. The penultimate over to be bowled by Fabian Rowe. He sent the 1 over, no maidens, 1 for 2. He steams in to bowl to Jefferson Gibbons. And Gibbons is pulling this one out to mid-wicket. Around comes Ince. He has it under control. He's fielded brilliantly today. They're going to look for 2. And they get 2. 93 for the loss of 5. 35 required from 11 deliveries. Sean, where's your money? Still in your pocket?
Still firmly in my pocket. So I'm just saying all the time that 4 maximums can change the look on this game. Lyndon, 4 maximums?
4 maximums. I'll tell you what. Thus far in this game, we have no maximum. And we only had...
In this innings?
In this innings,
yeah.
5 4s. So if you do the maths, I'm not so sure which over the maximums are going to come in.
As you see, another pleasant good afternoon to one of the sponsors, Lyndon. There she is taking a picture of her flag, her banner there.
This delivery is a diving attempt. Brilliant stop there, short third man. Keep in touch, Ink. And she's here. She looks very resplendent.
Lyndon, you wouldn't have to buy any of her products because you walked here. She's dealing with the car accessories, Lyndon.
Hebe's Beauty and Spa, MJ Car Services, our sponsors. Barbados National Oil Company, JD's Enterprises, The Last Stop Bar and Eatery, Premier World Cargo Inc., Keep in Touch, Inc., Ricky's Driving School, and of course, AMAAS Sporting Services, sponsors of the AMAAS Sporting Services 50 Overs Masters Tournament 2024. Here is Rowe to bowl to Yard. And Yard hits this one high in the air. Mid-wicket is interested. He comes across. The ball lands in front of him to take one. And Yard is ambling back for two. So Yard making his intentions clear. He has two more than Kinch. So he's on two. 96 for a loss of 5. Kinch, the last man to go, caught Gill, Bolt, Thompson without scoring.
No Rock, no Marshall.
No Rock, no Marshall. I think they're being saved for the next game. Here is Rowe into ball to Yard, and Yard flashes outside in the off stump, taken behind the stumps. There's the dot ball. So 8 deliveries remaining, 32 to get. 5 maximums could do what you were saying now?
Or 8 fours.
Or 8 fours. Well, we've only had 5 fours in this innings. Here is Yard. Flashes it. He loses Yard, who does his best to get back to it. Limits the batsman to 1. So challengers, in defeat. 97 for 5. 7 deliveries to get 30. It's not impossible. It's very possible. Gibbons on 31. Most importantly, he has the strike. He also needs to maintain strike or get a maximum. This delivery, he charges down the wicket and slashes it through the offside and will get the strike. He gets 1. So he will need 29 from the final over. Challengers, 98 for 5. Gibbons on 32. Yard has 3. Rowe, 2 overs, no middens, 1 for 9. A very tight spell, Kirk.
Well, yes, good bowling by Rowe. And he came in with a plan. The plan was to bowl that wide off the side of the off stump line. They had about 5 or 6 men in the off side. 3 of them set deep. The man at third man, the man at the point boundary, and the man at extra cover, and the man at long off. So the plan definitely was to bowl the wall wide. And I don't think that the challengers batters, they read the script quite early in the piece, Lyndon. So I thought that Rowe got away with some good bowling there. Thinking.
And Rowe partner at the other end is usually very tight.
Well, yes, Rowe's partner at the other end. he should play darts for Barbados, I think. He would have an exceptional career.
Well, he sent down 2 overs, no maidens, 1 for 6.
I like the words you use. Sent down.
He sent down.
And they will require 30 runs from 6 balls.
29 will give us a super over.
5 sixes needed, Lyndon.
It is not impossible. Highly unlikely, but not impossible. Thompson very meticulous about setting his field. As I said, he sent down 2 overs, no maidens, 1 for 6.
With 4 overs to go, Lyndon, these guys required 40 runs. With 1 over to go, they required 30. So that should tell you something.
And still no Karen Marshall, no Gilbert Rock. I think both are carrying some kind of injury thing. Rock had reported he had a headache earlier on.
Well, if he didn't have one early, he will have one after this batting display.
And
Down the track when he gets there.
Up to mid-wicket. Thinks about 2. And Kamisha receives a call from the management with respect to the tactics being used by challengers. She doesn't answer her phone. It's going live on the stream. Anything cricket, let's talk. It's not an iPhone. It's not her phone either.
I saw the name of Rock coming up there. Wonder if that's Gilbert Rock calling to explain why he didn't get a knock.
98, 99 for 5. 29 from 5 deliveries. 5 sixes can do it. 28 will give us a super over. Yard on strike. And Yard has been dismissed.
Any relation, Lyndon? Trevor Yard, any relation?
Trevor Yard, no relations, and no Yard I know. DJ. score there for. I want 30 last over. I want 30 last over. Well, Kurt, 99 for 6. The new batsman in is Carl Marshall. I just received on the WhatsApp. They're trying to protect his average. 29 from 4. So you need 4 sixes and a no ball to stand a chance. No. Thompson still has the ball in his hand. He's collected 2 wickets for 7, 2.2 overs, no maidens, 2 for 7. He's very meticulous, and he's bringing the field in for Marshall. This is a very strange tactics. So the sweeper comes up off the boundary, short third man backward point cover, extra cover, and Marshall pulls it down to fine leg. The sweeper from square leg is coming across onto it to take 1. Marshall's going to amble back for 2. So there you have Marshall with that little bit of a limp. So the 100 comes up for challengers, 101 for loss of 6. A belated applause. And Marshall is cutting the miss outside the off stump. Wants a wide. Umpire is not interested. The final 2 deliveries, 27 required. 101 for the loss of 6. Thompson to Marshall. Gets a delivery. Hits it high in the air. And Marshall hits it high in the air and far as well. The first maximum of the innings. And again, the question has to be asked, why did Carl Marshall punch so late? The strategy leaves a lot to be desired. I have been reliably informed already on the block. Sherman Ellis is up for free trade. Philip Kinch is also up for free trade. Well, they say catches win matches, but they're on the wrong side. So those catches are being cancelled out. 21 from the final delivery. Marshall hitting a big 6. He has 8 from 3 deliveries. Thompson to bowl the final over. The discussions have started. What strategy did the management of challengers use in pursuit of this target of 128? They required 40 from 4 overs, and they were left with 30 from 1 over. It was still Carl Marshall and Gilbert Rock to come. 2 batsmen known to hit the ball. Marshall waits on Thompson. And notice, Thompson moves in to bowl to Marshall. Marshall gets a quick delivery, goes on the back for the people caught behind, and Marshall goes. Final delivery, 107 for a loss of 7. Marshall visual is very short. Victory by 21 runs to the Limers over the challengers. And in pursuit of 128 for victory, they finished at 107 for 7 from the top. Seeley made 20, Innes made 8, Lashley 23, Gibbons not out 33 from 25 deliveries, Ellis made 8, Kinch didn't score, Yard contributed 3, Marshall made 8, 107 for 8. Patrick, 4 overs, no maidens, 1 for 25. Gittins, 3 overs, no maidens, none for 14. Mears, 1 over for 3. Estwick, 4 overs, no maidens, none for 20. Gill, 3 overs, no maidens, 2 for 21. Thompson sent down some 3 overs, no maidens, 3 for 15. And Rowe, who I thought was a key man at his time, at the time when he came into the attack, 2 overs, no maidens, and he picked up 1 for 9. When Limers batted, they got up to a total of, I'll give you that momentarily, so a complete synopsis. 127 Limers when they batted. And during their innings, 127 for 8. Keith Seal made 13. Ken Mears made 28, a top score game in that innings. Agard made 8. Gaskin made 16. Estwick made 14. Ince contributed 8. Thompson made 18. There were a pair of ducks, one for Victor Patrick and one for Rowe, but he was not out, so his duck doesn't count. And Len Gill contributed 12. Bowling for challengers, Rock, 2 overs for 24. Batson, 4 overs, 1 for 21. Carol Marshall, 4 overs, 2 for 13. William Lashley, 3 overs, 3 for 25. Philip Kinch, 4 overs, 1 maiden, none for 15. And Ainsley Jordan, the right arm leggy, 3 overs, no maidens, 2 for 24. So a 21 runs victory for the Limers over the Challengers. Kirk, give me your synopsis of the game, then I'll give you the games for tomorrow.
Well, yes, quickly, Lyndon. I really thought that the last over delivered by Lashley in the Limers innings, that over cost about 17 runs. And you can see clearly here in the end, Glenn Gill, the final 3 deliveries struck them for boundaries. And that really made the difference. And now in the chase, I really thought that the chase was stymied in the end by some good bowling by Rowe and some poor tactical decisions made by the captain of the Challengers 11, Noah Carr Marshall, Noah Gilbert Rock, 40 required from 4, 30 required from the last over. So you can clearly see where the meltdown would have started, Lyndon. And in the end, comfortable victory to the Limers by 21 runs to open their campaign.
Congratulations to the Limers for their victory over the Challengers. Let's go to the games up ahead tomorrow. Sunday, January 14th, we will be at Foursquare Oval, Pickwick Ground to be exact, just a stone throw away to the extreme left of the BNOC. 2 p.m. Legends will come up against Veterans. Legends against Veterans at 2 p.m. The lone game tomorrow. We will continue in earnest back here on the 20th. That's pre-Arrow Barrow Day, the 20th of January. When at 10 a.m. Challengers will meet Veterans in the first game. Challengers against Veterans. Then at 2 p.m. Legends, they come up against Limers right here at BNOC. So that doubleheader will come a-calling next Saturday. On Sunday, we move back to Foursquare for Veterans versus Travelers. Sorry, Veterans versus Let me get it right. Veterans versus Travelers at 2 p.m. next Sunday, January 21st at Foursquare. And then we will continue on Monday, the after Arrow Barrow Day show, Monday, January 22nd, when Travelers will meet Limers. So Travelers having back-to-back games. They will play Limers at 2 p.m. next Monday. The Arrow Barrow Bank Holiday celebrated on the 22nd, since Arrow Barrow Day falls the 21st. So they have a synopsis of the games to come next week. And it's a long weekend and loads of action in the AMAAS Masters Tournament for 2024. I want to thank our sponsors. Of course, let's start with our stream. Anything Cricket, let's talk. Remember, just to follow the action. Anything Cricket, let's talk. Hebe's Beauty and Spa, MJ Car Services, Barbados National Oil Company, JD's Enterprises, The Last Stop Bar and Eatery, Premier World Cargo Inc., Keep in Touch Inc., Ricky's Driving School, and of course, AMAAS Sporting Services, the main sponsors of the AMAAS Sporting Services Masters Tournament 50 Plus 2024. On behalf of the entire team, the streaming crew, remember, anything cricket, let's talk, and cricket commentary at its extreme best. We've gone international extreme best. Join us for continued coverage of Barbados and the Caribbean's greatest Master 50 Plus tournament. Goodbye.